giving a quick recap.
Yes.
All right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you want me to actually do one?
I assume with a yes, that's like
Well,
I
you asked
suppose
if
you
I
could
if I
just be like,
remembered
yeah, I
enough
have a
to do
recap.
one. I
I'm
thought it
not
was
gonna read it, but I
hypothetical.
got it.
Yeah. um. Yeah. Last time it was a combat session, so we mostly kind of just had to fight a bunch of zombies. We had discussed strategy for like how to approach the coming like waves of undead from the sea for a while. We did know that a lot of them were going to be like zombie fish people of various kinds, like zombie shark folk and such. So some of them wouldn't be the best at navigating like dry land. We'd pretty quickly, in character at least, pretty quickly scrapped the whole like Mercy flies over and tries to whirlpool their base because they're simply too deep for the vortex to really like reach them in a meaningful way. So mostly it wastes the spell and then it just makes them angry. Um, so we set up around the beach, and part of our plan was like, okay, we could hit and run, like fall back as we go. So like hit them hard on the beach, retreat, hit them on the river, retreat, hit them at the village, etc. Um, that didn't happen because we actually kind of, I think the reason for it was we kind of just overestimated the enemy forces because we had it pretty handled. Um, Purser put up a magic circle that the undead couldn't like enter that gave us a little camping spot. And mostly the saddest thing that happened the whole fight was that some of the orcs got kind of injured, and they are perfect boys. There's nothing like they did not deserve that. But yeah, we completed the fight. There were some like boss dudes who were like giving these undead like more direction and sort of like strategy rather than just being like shambling monsters that try to eat the nearest living thing. Um, and they were like spraying like evil zombie ink at people. It was a pretty bad time. They do like armor of Agathis damage when you hit them, but eventually, through sheer power of like determination and Leroy hitting things with big sticks, or I guess in Liquid Sam's case, big ghost hands. But we struck them to death, and you know the ogres and the fish folk were pretty pleased, and you know we discussed you know trade and having a like positive relationship in the future. Leo was trying to establish like, hey, if we ever need help, we'd appreciate the ability to call on you because you can call on us and we will be right here for you at our earliest convenience. But they requested books, literature. Although they couldn't really name those things, so they had to kind of like roughly describe the idea of a book. But they wanted like um, basic text on just like you know education potentially to like expand their knowledge and potentially like build up their forces. And we also offered to bring the ogres like armor that fits
And
potentially.
shirts, yeah, and
Yeah,
shirts.
shirts, big shirts. Tiny men's shirts don't
Pretty
fit
ogres,
none. We'll
yep.
try to put them on. Uh, yeah. So you know they
You
need
can't
that, but
escape the Ogrins.
the Ogrins are the best thing out of that setting. Um, but yeah, we also you know they said, hey, if there are ships like coming and going through from Mishann to Stormreach, we'll have like water and food and stuff because that's stuff we can spare. We'll allow the ships to refuel. This could be like a truck stop basically, so it's very mutually beneficial, and we have good relations with them. And you know we've agreed to kind of like with that done, we're heading back to Stormreach, and that's like about the thick of it. We
Yeah.
also did heal up the hurt ogres because we're not fucking monsters. Of course, that was the first priority.
Yeah. Naturally.
And we're
That's
back.
very, very thorough. Yeah, I appreciate it. That's a breakdown pretty much of all the essentials that happened, and
I was really uncomfortable hearing someone else do that last time. I'm gonna be honest. It was very strange.
Thanks,
No,
man.
you
I
did great.
appreciate
It's
it.
just that I always have to do it in every other game. So having someone else do it felt like surreal. It's not that you did poorly. It was just very like it's like having someone else brush your teeth. It feels weird and
How could you
off.
forget about Go Up Shido, who helped us tie our shoe?
You did
I
fantastic.
mean,
You're much more succinct than I am. I'm like very long-winded.
It would be hard not to be.
he's he's
Bullet
yeah
points.
he's very like all the games I've been in with him. He usually does very good, very thorough.
Keep it simple, stupid. Don't need to get long-winded.
Yeah,
The
yeah.
KISS principle. No, I genuinely like both because the detail one helps me like know what struck, and the bullet points one helps me know that well, the important thing is they remember like anything about what happened. I'll take that. So both are good.
Yeah, you should see the dialogue he does at, and I note that I say at and not with my NPCs.
What, me or who? Who?
No, Metro.
Oh yeah,
Turn-
Yeah, I
yeah.
It
have
just turns into that Norm Macdonald joke where it takes like 10 minutes and it's just it's dumb payoff.
Oh, the
Hey,
moth joke?
I love
Yeah, the
Norm
moth
Macdonald,
joke.
man.
Yeah, that's my
Exactly.
favorite joke.
I love Norm Macdonald. Norm
He's
Macdonald's
the best comedian.
his favorite the favorite bit he did was on the SNL one where he says, there's a new study that says certain percentage of people think that women are poor drivers. And if you'll notice this pie chart was made
It's
by
incorrect.
it's incorrect
It's
because it was
incorrect.
made by a woman. And there's boos and hissing, and he's like, yeah, you notice that joke was written by women, so you don't know what the hell to
Yeah,
think.
yeah.
No,
No,
I'm
I'm just
I'm
kidding. We
just
don't.
kidding.
Oh, we don't care. We don't hire women.
Yeah, he jumps back and
He-
forth between three gags like all right at once. But
There
He
are
knows how to
anyways,
like. He
situations
knows how to.
where
He's just magically gifted at how to just completely like uppercut you out of nowhere.
yeah.
he
Um,
kept making fun of OJ and they fired
Oh,
him
the
because he wouldn't
the
stop.
OJ
Like
one.
he's
The OJ ones.
every
yeah,
episode was like the punchline was that OJ Simpson killed his wife. And it was
yeah.
amazing.
I respect the
See you in
grind.
hell, Osama bin Laden.
There was an interview
Yeah.
with the Pope this week and he said God himself told me OJ did it.
Yeah. But yeah, you guys, the leaders of Assad, which is the community there, all express various levels of gratitude and relief. You helped the community survive, and they're they're happy about that. You talked about trade and such. Um, but Koith, the Sahagwin from apparently originally from the Eternal Dominion, did warn you guys before you sailed into the horizon to watch for large patches of purple seaweed on the ocean surface as you start heading towards Stormreach, since those are border markers that the Eternal Dominion uses. If you want to sail
Gotcha.
through
So like
Dominion
don't step into
territory,
their territory.
well, you're going to have to, but it's one of those, when you
Just be
do,
careful when we do.
be
Mhm.
ready to pay a toll. Usually small sack of gold, around 100 gold worth. Um, it's they don't really seem, he mentions gold isn't really something they value, but it's more a matter of they know you value it, so they demand it, that type of thing.
Huh.
Um, but yeah,
Well, they they give like rides places, right? Of like, hey, if you pay us, we'll take you through these dangerous waters
they
and
don't
we
give
won't
rides,
eat
but
you.
they'll basically put a like a pilot or like a guide on the ship that can say
Uh-huh.
like, oh yeah, avoid this reef, blah blah blah.
Right,
Uh,
yeah. Like you
yeah,
can pay them to be like, okay, you're clear. We're not gonna eat you.
Well,
yeah,
it's more that you pay them the toll and then they guide you through so you don't like loiter or do anything suspicious in their territory. They just want you
Gotcha.
gone.
yeah,
Uh-huh.
yeah. It's like
Okay.
they know they can't just bar you entirely, but second best thing is to bleed you of some valuables and
Hmm.
basically make sure you go where they want you to go. So,
Also,
um,
I had an unrelated question for the guy. I think
sure.
Leia would have asked this immediately, but how what were we looking at for like casualties of like the tinier fish people, the like cute guppy looking guys?
Oh,
Acceptable.
Because you said that they were doing poorly.
yeah, some of them did poorly. Out of, I have the numbers here. Last session 53. Okay. Maybe it's the previous one. Near the bottom. Okay. All right, so the enemy forces lost about 60 out of the 100 that were attacking. The remaining fled and were either hunted down or just kind of wandered off aimlessly when you killed the leaders.
Were some of them sucked up
And
into the vortex as well?
yeah, well, that was the big thing that kept reinforcements from coming on while they were kind of guided. But as far as friendly folk, okay. I don't know where I put it here, but I believe they had about, I think like 25, 40 people, like including the swarms of people. And the ogres, if I remember correctly, oh, here it is. They lost about 19 people out of like minions out of about 35 or 40. Okay, okay, yeah, so that matches about what I was thinking. So they did have some losses, primarily, yeah, the smaller people who were fighting in basically swarms, but yeah, they did manage to win the day, which they were before that they were kind of certain that they were just done for. So that's a good win from their side of things. They still were able to fend off a force of like more than double their size. But
Right.
yeah,
Yeah. The nice thing about Eberron and D&D is that it doesn't matter if you have worse numbers if there's like a guy who can just like part the sea with his hands.
exactly.
Yep.
That's heroic fantasy in a nutshell. But yeah, once you have your water stores all stocked up and you're ready to go, unless anybody has anything else they want to check with before you leave the scenic Sorrow Dusk Island.
No, I'm good.
All right, all right. Then in that case, you head out once again. Uh,
Yeah.
yep.
Forgot to speak up a second ago. I'm pretty sure I already mentioned it, but like Ludger would have been like working behind the scenes to on the whole like setting up trade thing to like do the
Okay.
basically his standard trade uh stuff.
Okay. Okay. So you're trying to have him agree, basically potential trade outpost here, just like you did along the river back home. All right, fair
Yep.
enough. Yeah, they're definitely interested in it, and if you have the money, if Ludger has the money at some point to invest properly, he can set up an outpost on Sodusk Island. If nothing else, him talking with them will encourage them to like try and maybe not make a good dock, but like clear a space to make it for future stuff. Um,
Yep.
but yeah, heading out, you have I think about another week worth of sailing, maybe a little less. Uh, but uh, another 4 days of sailing, pretty uneventful as you skip along the waves, so to speak. Let me see, Riptider. I believe it's.
I think we need a faster boat.
You're going
This is
pretty
like
obscenely
one of the
fast.
fastest boats on the planet.
112
I'm not
miles per
arguing that
day.
with you.
Yeah,
You
like
can
right,
get
go
out
get
and
one.
push if you want.
he
It's all
could.
right, man. Go get one.
He could. Let's see. So yeah, I think you're about here 4 days. And as you go along, I would say realistically, especially if anyone's bothering to look for it, the last few days you have occasionally seen a patch, like here and there, patches of seaweed floating on the waves, about 20 feet across. Doesn't really look threatening or anything, but you do spot it. The second time you see it, some of the crew that you hired to go along with you sees it as well and runs up to probably Purser, just whoever's at the helm, and is trying to explain to you that that's the shark folks' markers and whatnot. But You can surprise them with your sea savvy and tell them you're well aware of the problem. Or well, it's not even a problem yet. It's just a matter of you saw no trespassing signs, and that's no good reason to stop yet. So, um,
Yeah.
but
I don't
yeah,
care who the Kraken Witch sends. I'm not paying taxes.
well, technically, this is a different group. This is the Eternal Dominion. They're yeah,
One's
they
getting
don't
their asses kicked.
they no they're holding just fine. The Kraken Kings are like having their own inner king fight. Dominion is kind of the unquestioned rulers of the Thunder Sea. Nobody really fucks with them besides Arenal. And that's kind of a Cold War situation at this
Don't
point where
tempt
they
me.
whack at each other. Um, but
Don't
I
you
mean,
tempt
yeah,
me.
you could, yeah, you could fight the Eternal Dominion. That's fine.
They eat babies. There's reason to be a little upset about them.
I mean,
I'm
They
sure
eat a
they
lot
have
of
weapons
people.
in there.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, they are very rude. They don't respect other people's boundaries.
Uh-huh.
I mean, they mostly do. They don't do big invasions of like anything on land. They're, dry skinned folk are beneath their notice. Um,
I'll
but
make them care about us.
it's an option. Um,
I go it's out of
the,
nowhere. I come out of nowhere, so pummel the shit out of one of them.
How dare you not fucking invade me? Am I not good enough for you?
if
Fucking you
that
fucking
would
gill
be
pussies.
interesting.
I'll show you the might of the land.
That would be that would definitely give me some room for future sessions. Um, but yeah, so within about an hour, like second day in, um, by you guys do spot like several of these purple markers basically, and a little bit out of the water you see several Sahagrin faces looking up out of the water at you guys as you go forward. Do you just like yank the wheel, the equivalent of, and try and drift over them, or like what? Do you
I'm
want
not
to
gonna
stop
like
for
run
them?
them over.
Yeah,
Welcome to the land, motherfucker. This is what we call keel hauling.
yeah. Whatever you want to do, but it does look like there's some folk there who maybe want to talk.
Yeah. We'll stop
Fuck.
and see what they have to say.
Okay, okay.
We're good neighbors.
Yeah, yeah, that's fair. Um, yeah, then in that case, the sailors go over and with your blessing, they'll lower one of the rope. They probably had to like get several of them together, but like this obscenely long rope ladder down the side so the Sahagrin can climb up. Um, but yeah, if you're willing to allow that, then they will climb up the ladder on the side of your enormous shit without sure yeah shit with your ship without any
That's
sign of
accurate.
tiring. And there's only three of them, so if they're a war party, they're a small one. But they're looking around in apparent curiosity at your giant ship. Two of
I'm
them are
kind of
equipped.
surprised, honestly, that the rope ladder thing hasn't come up before. Like, I figured we would have had that already.
Oh, I mean, there has been one, but it's one of those. Your ship is so tall out of the water that it hasn't been super relevant. The only things that have
Right,
tried to climb up it have like been foiled by the fact that it's so much bigger than standard sailing ships.
right.
They're not nice people, so they just kind of come without our consent. And we don't have time for that.
Right,
Well, I
that's
mean,
fair.
some groups were not kind about that, but yeah. Um, but
It was the assholes we fought before that just went up on our ship.
yeah, exactly. Different group, different group. But two of these Sahagrin are equipped with spears made from some sort of coral and wearing a woven harness of strange material that looks like a cross between rope and leather. Um, the third is much taller than the already 6 foot plus standard Sahagwin and has 4 arms. Uh,
Hmm.
at his side are two long chopping knives with round spiked shields on his back and a jagged long spear. He's in.
Can I
Yeah.
can I do any kind of check to identify if that's just like some Sahagwin or like that, or if there's like some otherworldly modification going on that made him like that?
This is a history
Ooh.
check. It's a pretty good one, but you might have heard of it. Like you're it's believable that you would have heard of this.
Yep.
You're in
May
contact with
may
like
Balthazar
groups.
try as well?
Sure, why not? Maybe you had friends who were like in the diplomatic corps. Okay, 19 and 5. You're not sure. You don't know a whole lot about fish people. As far as Balthazar, I would say Sire did have a port, and it did trade. It did trade across the sea.
I had
Not
access.
to say you would know.
I had
But
access. I have access to books and all that. Of course, I looked into the weird exotic shit in the library.
yeah,
As I
you
say, yeah.
probably would have heard of one of the best ways to know you're dealing with Sahagwin of like the only recognized undersea nation that Five Nations and what used to be the Kingdom of Galfar regularly do trade with is the Eternal Dominion, and it's very either side, as far as people knew, has a whole lot to trade. There are rumors that the Dominion has some very strange magical stuff, but other than like they created a city where some trade happens and where like diplomats can live, but they're even more isolationist than the Arnal elves. Like they just you don't have anything they want, so they don't really tend to do much trade as far as people know. But you do know that one of the main indicators that it is the Dominion you're dealing with, and not just one of the various uh, groups, tribes, realms of undersea folk that happen to have Sahagwin in it, is the four-armed element of it. For some reason, they only four-armed Sahagwin tend to come out of Dominion. So must just be a mutation that only shows up in that group of people.
It's a very exotic phenotype, I guess.
Yeah, must be.
Eberron's a weird place. You never really know what you're gonna get.
It's like a box of chocolates. But yeah, this big boy is in more elaborate, smooth armor that looks almost like ceramic. It's decorated with images of humanoids being ripped apart. Very very
I
elaborate, stylized. Yeah.
how noticeable or offensive is it generally to use divine sense? I don't know how like much that stands out as like what the fuck are you doing? Um but I'd like to
Um.
check like I think I'd like to if possible pop that and see if like these are weird like ocean monstrosities or whatever that have
Okay.
taken
Yeah, you could. I would say you are going to light up somewhat given the nature of your powers, but yeah,
uh-huh.
that could just easily be you're a weird you're a dry skin. You light up sometimes, like
Yeah, they wouldn't know. Like
Hey, you guys. Some of you guys grow 4 arms. Don't speak low. Shut up.
yeah. Well,
Okay.
You
divine
can't
sense.
you can't just ask
People why they're glowing. Yeah.
people why they
Yeah,
are.
yeah.
Do I ask you why you have 4 arms? Why do
Hmm.
you have 4 arms? Seriously.
Till the end of your next turn, Celestial Fiend or Undead. Okay. Celestial Fiend or Undead. I don't think anything shows up. I think maybe Pearl does if Purser still has Pearl if he's resummoned her.
No, I don't generally just like leave her active.
Okay. Then in that
Actually, that's a
well,
good point. I need to resummon her as well.
yeah, I was gonna
But,
say. Remember, she got killed when you put her on the lizard, like in the lizard's hair.
yeah, I don't remember if I had spare opponents for that. Let's
Zo
see.
has hair?
Well, frills, whatever.
Metaphorically.
Yeah, on his head.
I did
Uh,
have enough to resummon her.
okay, there you go. So other than Pearl, you don't get the feeling of any undead, celestial, or fiend.
Okay, I'm mostly at ease then.
It's fair. Um, he
Well,
just
not.
he's
They're
got all
still
them
like fish
arms.
cartel members, but
Yeah. I mean, closer to fish Sparta, which is way worse.
gotcha.
But yeah, the monstrous-looking creature croaks out in pretty rough common. Uh, Ship leader, where?
Who is our captain? Like, is it Purser?
I'll
Or is
step
it or is it
forward.
the helmsman?
I mean, realistically, it's whoever you guys want it to be. It could be Joe Snuffy, one of the sailors, if you're worried he'll eat him or something.
Uh,
I am the
Joe
director of the
votes for
MKA. It's my
wise Purser.
responsibility.
That's
Yeah, I
fair.
don't think we want to like explain
Yeah.
the concept of socialist democracy to the fish folk.
Yeah, none of the rest of you looked at the paperwork apparently, so I guess that puts me in charge.
Ah,
Hey,
the
I
old
wasn't
Stalin
here for
thing.
that, but in case they do want to murk the captain, maybe it's the person who can actually control the ship doesn't get shot.
We have other mage rights
You-
that can drive.
Yeah, you have a backup guy. But I'm sorry, Scott. What were you saying?
I was saying Jotazo would have voted for wise Purser anyways, so
Ah, okay. But yeah,
Getting eaten by a Sahuagin is what he would have wanted.
yeah, exactly. Yeah. Then once you guys indicate one way or another, it's pretty hard to tell any expression on something like this inhuman, but it doesn't like spit on you or anything, so that's probably a good sign. But it does just say, you pay toll to sail over Dominion water.
How much?
He just kind of like gives a quick glance to one of the others and like one of the two with him, and they quickly hold up a bag and like just basically show you like a full bag, like not like a trash bag, but just like a small coin purse bag.
Like a pick your own berries farm.
More like along the lines of like it's this much. You get the feeling that they're like at least from what you were told, they don't actually value the money that much. It's more like just
Mhm.
they don't want to encourage people to come, and they found tolls tend to discourage it.
Right.
So it's
And it's useful
basically
for trade with surfacers when it comes up, but
yeah, they don't bother with it themselves. They are
Mhm.
they don't have
Please,
currency.
no. Please, no, don't take my shells. I value them so much.
You could try that.
So yeah, how
But
much does the bag look like?
about 100 gold,
Oh,
realistically. Yeah.
easy. Let me just
No, we will
Go.
cause a diplomatic incident. I will not
No.
pay the toll.
No.
The Prince of Mishann is like, dude, what the fuck were you doing? They're
I
burning
Why-
everything.
Why
I
are we
am
banned from the Thunder Sea?
well,
I am the master of this land, and I will not pay someone else's taxes.
but what wise Baltazar? Is tolls not a common use of taxation in Kuravar?
Well,
I'll I'll hand over the gold, and once we get back to Mishann, we'll refund myself from the party inventory.
Okay, yeah, that's fair. The huge Sahagwin takes the coin and without like even opening the bag, just hands it to its companion with its upper right arm. You take this, hang from ship and water, show that you paid, keeps from attack. And he
is
hands you
the
a small stone carved with symbols in his people's language that glows a faint green.
I was
So,
gonna
so like
say,
hang it
is
from
it?
the keel or something, so it drags through the water.
Yeah, basically.
I was gonna say,
Okay.
what's stopping us from just keeping that forever? Is like go out eventually.
Who knows?
And
He
maybe it
doesn't.
goes out, and maybe they have like a sequence of colors that they go through, so they know. Wait, that's a green stone. That's from last week.
It might also be
Yeah.
coated in something that smells a certain way, and that will fade.
Yeah, it's you're once again, it's a game about choice, so whatever you want to do.
Yep.
But that's what he does, and the representatives of the Dominion seem way more than happy to leave the ship, climbing back down into the water after having collected their toll.
Nice.
And yeah, you didn't cause an incident with. Admittedly, they don't control the waters around the island. That's those Kraken King assholes. Like, what's the worst that could have happened? But you guys were extra diplomatic and avoided shenanigans. And that means that you can continue sailing unmolested.
Just you wait till I'm level 20, little fuck.
I do
I mean,
appreciate being unmolested.
yeah, it's a good thing. But yeah, you continue on. Now, I suspect that you're quite eager to head to Stormreach, but you could also have tried to head to Three Barrel Cove if you want. That's like apparently an extra
What?
shitty
What?
dock.
Oh, what? I was gonna say, what's that?
It's so it's like
No.
Stormreach is a they went legitimate about the piracy. Barrel Cove is still just a pirate hangout. Like it's
Three
just a
Barrel
piece of
Cove is Tortuga.
yeah, it's just shitty.
Are you trying to scare me off or entice me?
Whatever you want to do with it. I just wanted to point out
So
that
it's
is technically a spot to stop.
it's like the pirate city in like Pirates of the Caribbean,
Yeah.
like just the
Yeah, Tortuga.
criminals.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I was- It's Zanzibar land.
Yeah,
Yeah,
like
we're-
that's an option.
Let's not go there. It's a silly place.
Okay, all right.
But Pirate King Balthazar sounds really nice.
We don't need to mess with Jack Jibbers. He can have his stupid
Jack
pirate
Jibbers is
island.
going to
I
be
wanna meet
stuttering my
Jack
name for the rest of
Jibbers.
his life.
You do not want to meet Jack Jibbers. Let's
Jack
go.
Jibbers is going to be stuttering. He's going to be gibbering out my name in fear for the rest of his life.
Ah, I love it. This is a good thing to be happening while Percy's trying to drive. But yeah,
Every time we hear about a guy, you're like, I'm gonna fuck them up. They're gonna be so fucked.
yes, you wait.
I'm turning into fucking Goku.
Yeah. You sound pretty strong.
Hear me out. Vegeta's worth no. All right. So, as you guys continue eastward, for the first time since you left your home islands, or well, adopted home for some of you, you've started seeing like actual regular naval traffic. It's not just like more or less open seas. As you round the northernmost edge of Zendrick, you pass by Lyrander Freight. Normally one of Corvair's larger ships, it's put to shame by your Riptider. They don't attack, but you see a flurry of activity on deck as they gather around the shipboard weapons at the sight of this like monster thing barreling past
It's like
them.
coming out of the mist.
Yeah,
Take a shot. Take a swing. Take a swing.
It's primarily just a defensive thing. Once it's clear that you're going by, they kind of relax a little bit, but
We'll give them like a flash of the peaceful flag signal as we just like speedboat by.
Yeah, you're not going twice their speed, but you are going like, let's see, I think if they've got a max of, yeah, you're going a good bit faster than them. With no like the plus the dual elemental rings are unsettling. But
Does
yeah,
Mishann have a flag that we're flying, or are we flying just like Searish colors?
I don't know. I think they would be trying to use Searish colors, so you could
I
have
don't
that
think
fly.
I don't think we haven't gotten to that part just yet.
Yeah, it hasn't come up yet, so I
That's
wasn't
a good
sure.
point.
It's more menacing though, because they're gonna see us and be like, "Fucking ghosts, come back from the dead."
Yeah, that's fair. Could be flying that. You could be flying the party sigil, which would be
Well, I mean,
confusing, but whatever.
all three.
Yeah, and probably like it's covered in purity seals via Purser. But yeah, however you want to do it. But as you like after that, you go by several more. As you get closer and closer to Stormreach, you get the same reaction about half a dozen times from various ships as you go by. To say nothing of the increasingly common fishing vessels, whose crews, with much smaller things for the most part, just openly point and gawk. Finally, just before noon on the 18th total day of travel, you see it. Stormreach, the so-called City of Dungeons, rises directly out of the wild jungles, or at least it looks like it does. It doesn't like tower over you like Sharn does, but the city has been built amidst the crumbling ruins of countless others, giving it a pretty unique skyline. And I'll put a illustration up. Images, locations.
A really nice place.
It's different.
Feels like home.
Yeah, it's not the best, but this is a pretty good image of like roughly what you're going to see as you come into the harbor. And put you on the city map.
I have a question immediately.
Yes.
This isn't immediately relevant because I think we're gonna have to talk to like people to like dock and get affairs in order or whatever and get some like bearings. But is there a what is it? When a foreign nation has like a representative spot in another
An
place,
embassy? An
embassy.
embassy?
Oh,
I
like a
think
designated
so.
embassy?
Is there an
So
Onderan embassy?
there actually is. Most of the I believe there's a Breelish, Onderan. I don't know if I know Breelish has an official embassy. Breland does. I'm not. I know Onondair has like a part of the city where people from there primarily are. Like,
Okay.
but I don't know if they have an official embassy. I feel like they do. But I'll have to check.
I'm asking
But
for the sake of just being able to send in like a status report somewhere that can then
oh,
go up the chain.
absolutely. There's enough Ondaran folk who could definitely do that. Um, but yeah, as you guys come in, for once the docks here are large enough to accommodate your ship, and while you do have to be careful, mostly just to avoid hitting like basically rowboats, small ships and such. You do manage to pull up alongside one of these docks and tie off without any issues.
Oh,
Um,
another question I just thought of.
yes,
What's the draft on this thing?
that is a good question, and I'll get back to you on that.
Okay. It's not a super important question. I was just curious.
No,
Honestly,
DM. We have to stop the game.
yeah, I'm gonna channel my inner Pathfinder. Hold on for half an hour, guys. Let me look this up. Uh, no, I would say honestly, given that these were meant to be like shipping vehicles, it's gonna be maybe not flat bottomed, but a lot more like suitable to go in and out of, maybe less than great docking
Yeah, harbors and
situations.
canals and
Yeah.
things.
Like that's given like that was its original purpose, was it was just primarily a shipping vehicle. I feel
Mhm.
like that's the answer there. But I don't have any actual numbers, and I probably never will. So feel free to
It's
fill
fair.
in blanks. Um,
It's okay.
but yeah,
Fucking numbers are for nerds.
eh,
Like,
right? Yeah. Um, but
Not,
regardless,
I
you
won't,
do.
I'll
Yeah, go
not
ahead.
tolerate this backhanded insults.
You do pull in, and the like as you and the crew, disembark various ways. You meet a halfling man with a clipboard who's like kind of
There
half
he is.
shoving his way through things. Uh,
Oh wait, those are gnomes or KGB. Hold on, never mind.
yeah, these are
um,
the hairy feet people.
they are, yeah, and round ears as opposed to pointy. Um, clearly entering middle age, he first and foremost looks exhausted as he says, I'm Harbor Master Zinn, loyal and overworked agent of Harbor Lord Jonas Wilkes. Name of vessel, cargo, and purpose of visit.
Does our boat
I
have a name?
It's never come up.
You've just been calling it Riptider, I think. I think you named
Yeah.
it, but I don't remember what the name was. I think a lot of the names involve penises, and I wasn't sure how serious you were.
Can we call
Yeah.
it Matilda?
No. We'll just call it
No.
the Riptider. What were the other questions?
It was
Argo and reason for visit.
yeah, vessel, cargo, and purpose of visit, basically.
I don't think we have any like declarable cargo. We're not merchants. Unless Ludger like packed us care packages.
I mean, he could have. That's a valid question.
Reason for visit, diplomatic, I'd say.
Okay. And his follow-up question is just kind of cocks an eyebrow at that. Diplomatic of where exactly?
We are representatives of the proud land of Mishann.
All right. And he just like flips. He just pulls a few pages back to look. Oh, all right, Mishann. Uh, no, writes Rip Tighter next to it in parentheses.
It's like a
Uh,
new section in the employee handbook.
it's not that far, but it is like, yeah, your docking fees were paid already by Viceroy Calendel, or Delirander until the end of the month. Sign here. Hands the clipboard up to nearest PC, whoever it may
Yep.
be.
I'll take it and give it my scribble and hand it back over and says, "Thank you for the assistance. Is there anything we need to know about the situation in the harbor?"
He kind of like just looks at you a little confused as he's taking a moment to light a pipe.
It is a very big ship.
Yeah. Not really anything too new. No, things are about normal. Watch when you leave the docks, and yeah, and you see a few of the sailors while you were talking with them had tried to kind of go around the halfling and were
So
stopped by about a dozen armed guards.
you cut off there the who?
Oh, good. I was saying while you were talking with them, a few of the sailors from your ship, kind of just quietly tried to go around the halfling. They're eyeing up the various
Okay.
dive bars on the docks, but they were stopped by about a half a dozen armed guards. The guards don't look like the most skilled or disciplined individuals, but they make up for it by emanating that perfect mix of indifference and thuggish enthusiasm at the thought of bludgeoning someone to death. They the harbor master gestures with his pipe at them as he consults his clipboard again. And if you guys have no other questions, he's just heads off at a, for him, a pretty quick pace to another ship that's pulling in.
Well, I have no questions for him, but I would like to lean down and shake his hand and thank him for his service.
Okay, yeah, he's
Yeah.
he's actually
His-
willing to do that, but looks mortally offended if he pulls his hand away and there's nothing in it.
There's what?
If there isn't money,
Yeah,
I'll
like
give him
think-
some money.
Okay, yeah,
I'll
if you
tip
palm
him.
him some money, he definitely seems friendlier than he was a minute ago.
Because his job sucks, so I just want to like
He figured like
show
the
some appreciation.
Yeah, I mean, he knows the only reason anyone thanks him for anything is like a lead in to bribe him, so he's happy to take that. But yeah,
Yeah, rather to thank the bus driver.
I'll just give him. I only have gold, so I'll just give him 1 GP.
that's fair.
weak bribes, man. You gotta. This is Stormreach. You have to step up your game.
I don't want anything. I just want him to feel a little better.
I mean, like I
That's what the
said,
pipe is for.
the important thing is you gave him the money. Like at least he's not, you didn't offend the man. He just probably thinks you're like the weird poor guy with the party or something.
That is
But-
true. I have the least money by far.
there you go. There you go. But the harbor district, as the sailors are happy to skip out into it like young kids at a candy store. It's a buzzing hive of activity. Stormreach is and always will be a port city, and the number of ships here from all across the world proves it. Most of them are like primarily Corvarin, but you spot a few with the unmistakable swooping grace of Arnold styles. Some with the creased sails that mark out Sarlonan ships.
Of what? Of the what isles?
The Arnel styles, like
No,
Elven.
Where
before that.
Tane's from.
Corvarin, Arnel, and Sarlonan ships. That's what I've said.
Sarlonan. Okay, yeah.
Yep. Like creased sails. And some that you can't identify at a casual glance. The crowds of sailors are about as exotic, and you hear several languages being spoken in the background. The majority of people that you see are humans, half elves. They seem to be like working on the docks, but there's still plenty of others mixed in. You pass by an elven woman with the dragon mark of shadow, sounding impatient as she repeats instructions to a hill giant laborer who's unloading a ship. In the background, a drow, likely a Volkori tribal from the tattoos, and the Sahagwin watch on in amusement at the woman's obvious frustration and gradually escalating tone. The image up.
He's just Karening her workers.
A little bit of that, a little bit of
It's not
that's
caring if you are better than them.
a little bit of caring and a little bit of like that's imported like so and so glass please don't drop it from 10 feet up onto the dock type thing.
Yeah, that's fair.
But the this way up arrows point to where it needs to go.
Yeah, exactly. I lifted it up, I put it down. Well, and besides all this, like, crowds of interesting, strange people, uh, the other thing that stands out first and foremost is it stinks pretty badly here. All harbors stink, but this is something special. You like just looking out past where the actual docks are built, you see that it appears all of Stormreach's great pipes, sewers, and drains probably lead into this harbor. Um, r- the runoff doesn't seem to worry the wildlife. There's plenty of fish for sale for hungry travelers like yourselves. But given the buzzing of flies around them and the various things in the water, you're not sure you'd want to eat them. Um, but yeah, it is a pungent space. Uh, Among the people with you, there's the sailors who are, you know, this is a good question. Did you guys pay them for the trip just there, or is it like there and back again?
We'll do there and back again, yeah.
Okay, yeah, fair enough.
And then like
Um,
keep an eye on the ship while it's in the harbor, make sure like no one pokes around and drives off with it, and
Probably a good thing here in the city.
yeah. I'm not like super worried about it, especially because you need a like mage right to drive it in the first place. But
Yeah,
it doesn't hurt.
yeah. Um, but so the sailors, like a few of them are staying there, but most of them are just headed for the various awful places along the docks.
Yeah, the
Um,
leaky dinghy, the wayward
yeah,
lobster.
exactly. Yeah. Sardud Yajek, for his part, technically party member, looks both intrigued and just open-mouthed horrified at the hive of squalor and crime. Um, like this is probably everything he heard about, like the mainland places with foreigners on them. Uh, he like after he seems to get his
Yeah,
wits, he mentions he's gonna stay with the ship unless you need him for something.
and this shithole of a city has a relic.
Yeah, I mean, it probably.
Just he's the Sulatar like advisor guy, right?
Yeah, he was
Okay.
stuck with you. Like strictly speaking, he was put with you because they wanted like someone loyal to them if they were
Hmm.
going to give you like extrajudicial ability to just mess with people in their realm. Um, Mechanically, he's with you so you don't have to have a party member driving the ship. Like he can take the wheel.
Right.
He's a cleric caster and can handle the wheel.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't see us doing anything that should require like a representative of the Sulatar, or even more specifically, our Sulatar there. So
yeah, that like isolated city state of assholes. Yeah, like
yeah, if we do
which
somehow need him, we'll see when we get there.
yeah, he's happy to not venture out into this place. This is just horror is visible on his face. Um, he does look a little tempted by the crew who are trying to like drag him to the leaky dinghy. Um, but with that in mind, you guys have docked. You're in the city. Someone apparently paid your docking fee. And what would you like to do? Where would you like to go?
Well,
The first
once
thing
we
that
get everything. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say the first thing that Leia would be doing, I think, is just like sort of like stretching and getting readjusted to like solid land. Um,
That's fair. Yeah.
and he looks like the sort of stench and filth does register, but he seems like mostly just like in a good mood. He's looking on the city with some sort of like a level of wonder and excitement, and is just sort of like limbering up as he looks very happy to no longer be on the boat for a while.
Yeah,
Mm,
that's fair. It wasn't crowded, but having a full compartment of sailors in there turned it from being like a big empty big empty cargo ship you could set up space in to being a little more cramped. So that's fair. Like everyone had to put up like basically privacy curtains so you could have space to be, anywhere that wasn't sleeping staring at somebody else. Fair enough. And Purser, what were you saying?
So yeah, once we get everything situated and the ship is safely tucked away in like a double-sized parking space,
Yeah.
I will suggest that we split up. I have some business to attend to. I have to pay my respects to the local bishop. Perhaps you should start tracking down some of our Syrish refugees while I'm there.
Okay. So uh, we split up a gang and investigate the mansion. That makes sense.
I'll respond to him and say, an excellent idea, my friend. Shall we set a time to rendezvous here once we've established some of our business?
That seems very reasonable. Perhaps we could get some dinner at one of these local establishments. I see one up on the hill that doesn't look too rundown.
Oh, we should be happy to indulge in their culture. Perhaps if we immerse ourselves, we'll have a better idea of how to communicate with them.
Yes.
Hey, that's
I'm
perfect.
gonna,
Perfect.
I'm gonna say like Jutsu is confused at like the general revulsion towards like the sewer fish, effectively, given that like you know a
He's like,
mangrove swamp is not that much more sanitary. So it's very much one of those things of like, uh, you know, is water clear, Kuravar? I do not understand.
Did you say that out loud, or is that like an internal?
Like internal, like
Okay.
he's very much like yeah, like fish often like to live in like muck and shit. So like
Yeah, that's fair.
yeah, Purser's just gonna like find a nearby urchin and toss them a copper and ask for directions to the temple district.
Okay, okay. Fair enough. Let's see here. All right, so we have Purser headed to the Temple District. That is one person out of the party. Who
Yeah.
else is doing what?
I'm going to let me find it really quick. I'm gonna take some time to summon my fucking horse.
Okay, okay.
Because I imagine I wouldn't have had it like on the boat the whole time, so I have to like recast it.
You could,
Um,
but either way is fine. Yep.
and then I'm just gonna ride around like what I said before. I'm just looking for like Aranel representation, or not Aranel,
On
on
there.
there.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, fair
fucking
enough. On Darren
bougie
Rep.
A names. Um,
Yeah.
and yeah, look for that, and then just sort of like status report, like check in, tell them who I am, etc.
Okay, okay. So I would say the horse is probably a good thing. Uh,
Stop picking my pocket now, nerds.
yeah, I
I'm
mean,
zooming.
you stand out pretty, like, you all but have Mark painted on your forehead, but it's
Yeah.
harder for the like swarms of urchins to hit your side. Okay,
I also have
so
a very big sword.
I mean, yeah, that's true. So you're gonna be looking for try and find Little Onondair, which is incidentally the ward of Whitewash in Oldgate
Is that what
District.
it's called?
It is.
Okay.
So that's where you'll be headed. And that leaves um, our Warforged person will say she's on the ship unless she mysteriously shows up. But for the most part, she's staying on the ship for a day. She's worried about it. Well, we'll say she's worried about security. This looks like a rough place.
It's a
What?
reasonable decision.
Yeah. What is Jotazo and Balthazar doing? What are they doing in this grand, beautiful city?
so Jutsu wasn't like I if I recall correctly, he doesn't have any like pre-given objectives or anything other than what the party's generally doing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yep.
he might have heard that some of his people might be here. Just in general, like how like the slave network works. But that's a needle in a haystack sort of situation. You can't just start wandering the city. So I guess like he would he would take the precaution of leave almost all of his money back on the boat, where it's safe.
Okay.
We have like only like maybe like the equivalent of like 10 or 15 gold pieces, like enough that like if he wanted to make a reasonable like off the cuff purchase he could do it, but like not enough that if he does get pickpocketed he's screwed.
That's
Uh
fair. Yeah.
so like he may not understand Corvair, but he's not completely idiotic when it comes to reading people, so he knows that like Purser definitely like has personal business to take care of on his own. But he would want to tag along with like someone to basically see how what he initially believes to be a like, oh, this is another Corvaran city. Maybe I might learn something like just tagging along with someone. So like he's gonna follow Baltazar or
Leo.
Leo. I was about to say
Yeah.
Leo, but that didn't sound right.
I would
He
say
said
that's
it.
great.
He
That's
is the one
good.
to follow.
That's a great idea because I was actually going to go in there and go into that tavern, whatever the leaky rudder, whatever it's called, and
The leaky dinghy.
leaky dick, whatever it's called.
He
Anyway,
needs a
No,
snake
that's on the other
heroin.
side of town.
don't make me relapse.
They have some fantastic brothels here. Yep, yep, yep.
I'm sure they do. And I'm gonna go in there, and my first objective is I'm gonna go after the Syrian refugees.
Okay, okay. So you're gonna like while the rest are kind of dilling about, you're gonna head right to wherever
You
they are.
can go to
You
high
already established
society and
where they
ask from up top. I'm gonna ask from down low.
are. Okay, okay. Fair enough, fair enough. All right. So we
So
have
also, as a quick aside, I'm
yep.
bringing Morgana with me.
Ah, okay. That's
Morgana.
fair.
My
Your
student,
acolyte. Yes.
underling.
The girl.
Fellow nerd.
Yes, she is female.
No, but she's like really young, right?
I mean, everyone's really young from a certain perspective. I don't know how old she
Daniel, you're
is.
being difficult.
I never asked, and Purser didn't ask except to fill out the paperwork.
It let's see here. I actually have her Percy, you do have control of her sheet. Or at least you have access to it. She is 18.
Okay.
Ah,
Yep, yep. Under named NPCs, she should show up. But yeah. So she is more than happy to go with you. But she comes she like when you hear that she runs back onto the ship and comes out like armed to the teeth with like every bit of like holy gear, sword. She's got some knives strapped to like the belt. She's got her holy symbol for casting. She's got a backup arcane symbol. Like this is all but like strapping guns to everything and then walking out in like in a modified plate carrier. Like she's
I'll,
absolutely expecting to kill Clearly, you must be going to start purging this filthy place of everything. Why else
Yeah,
would
Who
you
did
bother?
you bring?
I'll just give her like a raised eyebrow, but I won't like
The silver
if what she
flames,
needs to feel comfortable, I won't begrudge her.
Is she
the
on
silver
Darren? What
flames.
the fuck?
Yeah, she's the silver flames least fanatical believer. Like,
I didn't
Yeah,
know that you had like crusaders on board, Dan.
he is a crusader. Like
The
he's
Silver
slightly
Flamers, of
reformed.
course they are.
To be fair, they're not all that bad, but yeah, like she's someone from Purser's old order. She's very much
Yeah.
like,
I mean, I'm
and
still a member of the order.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
But yeah.
And this is a city of known heretics. Like, of course she's gonna
Mhm.
be, ready. So
Yeah, I'll just keep an eye on her and make sure she doesn't like purposefully antagonize people for an excuse. But otherwise, like if it makes her feel better.
Come on, punk, just give me a reason.
Her spirit animal is Victor Saltspire.
All right. So we have Purser and a company, an accompanying person heading to the Temple District. We have Jotazo sticking with Leo as you head for Whitewash.
I thought you'd stick with me. I forgot who you
Oh,
went with.
sorry.
Yeah,
I
I can go with either. It's just like whoever, like, you know.
He's going up to high society. I'm going into the Lansdowne.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
feel
I
like,
mean, if given the choice between, hey, do you want to go to a bar or do you want to see how, like, an embassy that's full of official core their like bureaucracy and stuff,
No, but
he's
we're going
going.
to be meeting proper Kuavaran people.
Yeah, but
for
Joseph is
bureaucracy.
exactly. Yeah, Joseph exactly the sort of dumbass is like, hey, do you want to go to the bar or do you want to go to the DMV? Man, I want to go to the DMV. I have so many questions.
And
I'm
you're gonna
really
have
happy for the
and you're gonna walk out with 10 death threats.
Nah. Duels are outlawed in. Well, actually, they're not outlawed here. But yeah. So
Oh,
fair enough.
a
I
chance to
will.
practice the old culture.
All right, let me put. We have player characters. We have Leo and Jotazo here in Whitewash, and we have Balthazar heading for the Leaky Dinghy here in the harbor.
That's his real name. I thought that was a joke.
No, no, no. This is
Well, the other one
fictionally
in the
placed.
district is called the Wayward Lobster.
Yep, yep, yep.
Mm.
I don't know, man. That one, I don't know. Both sound great.
It's not
No,
bad.
there's also Wavecrest, which is
Yeah, Wavecrest is nice.
nicer.
Yeah, yeah, a lot nicer. Yeah.
I think it's
All
actually
right.
Galanda licensed, which is a big step up.
Yeah, we have do not poison drinks like written on the thing. Like but in that
You're
case
missing out on proper Kuavaran culture, Jotazo.
you can always find it later. So we'll start with Purser just because that's the list, then we'll go to Balthazar and then we'll go to the other two
Since
in
we're gonna
Whitewash.
go down the list in a second, we're about to hit the turn of the hour. Could we like this seems like a pretty good time for a break? We
Sure,
can
we'll do a
scene
10-minute bathroom
transition.
break, guys. Yep, yep.
Sounds good to me. Let me grab
Cool, cool.
myself a drink.
Yeah, BRB.
Ah,
Welcome back.
some ice cold lemonade.
There you go.
So, in slightly happy news, I'm in my Arma game that comes afterwards. I think I already told some of you. Good chance I'm being promoted to sergeant.
Nice.
Problem is, they're opening a new squad. I'm gonna have to leave my old one,
Mm,
and I'm gonna miss 1-3 because we're the panel squad.
You must have impressed them to be assigned to that initially.
Yeah, the sergeant, and the other one who likes me and all that, the Serbian. He's like, I recommended you. I will. There's two guys I recommend. The one guy wants to be hard at 1-3, and I don't want to send him out there. He really wants to be in charge, so I had to recommend you. And I said, that's fine. I don't want to take away. He wants to be in charge of 1-3. Fine, I'll take 1-4 for him, so he can stay in.
Yeah, that sounds like a experience. I'm
I made the joke that since with the panel squad, will never be pardoned, but my character actually may be pardoned now.
yeah, see, there you go. Let's see.
I'm only a domestic terrorist.
Yeah, it happens to the best of us.
Yeah,
Yeah, but yeah,
you're forgetting
you're forgetting your true crime. You were Belkin.
yeah. That was the joke. The joke is I made I made a Belkin in the NCR server, so I'm a terrorist anarchist who attacked like a Brahmin baron in the NCR.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Hello, I'm back.
At least the NCR isn't trapped in Vietnam anymore. It's a win.
Well, not anymore, not anymore. Thank God.
Now you're in Fallujah.
Yeah, we got sent to Fallujah instead. It's even more fun. I hate it.
The NCR is a different group than I remember. Boy, the TV show really played with their canon. All right,
Yeah, yeah.
so we got everybody back. Welcome back. Yeah.
What is Danelle's pride?
that
Danelle's-
is the Searish quarter.
Yep.
Oh.
Slash refugee district, because it's kind of
Yeah.
what those are at this point. Yeah, you might end up there at some point.
Which one is it again?
Danelle's Pride.
Well, I'm probably gonna be going there soon.
Almost certainly, yeah. That's what they'll tell you
Yeah.
at the Leaky Dinghy, along with other things probably. But yeah,
You're
we'll
not
start
welcome here.
along those lines probably. But
Get
yeah,
the 50 fist fights as a diplomatic envoy.
yeah. I mean, that's how you know they like you. But headed to the Temple District. The the district. Your first thing as you and your companion enter this part of the city is your senses are assaulted on all sides by the overwhelming presence of the district. Bright colors, pennants, entertainers dressed like colorblind magpies, swooping arches, green leaves, and colorful lanterns. Um, the smell of spice on the air, the hint of incense, oils from the temples. Temple adepts calling passerbys to worship, hawkers drawing attention to various like street food, bards plucking at their instruments, actors calling out the merits of their plays, uh, and booming all over it the performance of the Livewood Theater. This is less like its name would indicate a temple district and more like a like slow motion riot. It's just an incredible mix of people, noise, the it seems like it's more a heart of entertainment than worship for the city. Um, the buildings. There's only a few stone buildings left, unlike a lot of the rest of the city where things are kind of built into the ruins. Most of what's here is cracked, including the streets. Seems like there's like a lot of standing water here and there, like people casually hop over like a pretty like narrow but very deep-looking chasm that water is flowing into. Other than the city walls and like the stone banks of the famous Livewood Theater, not many of the ancient stuff remains. Pretty much all the rest of the buildings here are new. They're crafted out of wood, a lot of them out of live wood, so they kind of keep growing somewhat. Uh, there's arches, domes intermingled with trees, all hung with paper lanterns of various colors. It is just an assault on the senses. Uh, but
Wouldn't be a city if it wasn't.
but the keep of the Silver Flame should be here. It's and after looking around and fending off people advertising for the pink conch who swear to you up and down, uh, the pink conch's advantage, their services are refined, men and women unmatched, their discretion limitless. There's no theatrical subterfuge at the conch like at the Livewood Theater. No, what you see here is what you get, and they think that they have a lot you'd like to see.
So
Thank fucking Christ I didn't go up there yet.
the second time I get a pushy advertisement like that, I'm gonna give them that
Oh god, Lord,
Templar
tons
of
of
the
fun.
Silver Flame death glare. Like,
Lord,
I
tons of
can
fun will be
see some
screaming at me.
heresy and you are in my way kind of glare.
Okay, yeah. That's fair. Yeah. So which incidentally, you do probably go by the pink conch. I'll just put up the window advert.
Delightful.
I know I'm not there, but how is Morgana doing with the like sensory overload and everything?
He,
Hmm.
she is trying to follow Purser's lead, but she that's horrific to her. But what's even worse is she goes by this random guy covered in hundreds of little symbols saying, "Praise
So,
not the greater gods or the flame."
Sam,
Yeah,
I don't know what it is, if it's your voice detection or something, but you're
it's
dropping
gone.
out at the end of every sentence.
Wonderful. Yeah, so she said, so this guy is, praise not the greater gods. Did you hear all that?
Nope, you cut out right
So
there.
Lost
I
all of
heard
that
praise
one.
not the greater gods, and then
Did you hear?
you cut off when you asked me if I could hear it.
Good, good, good. All right, one sec here. Let me disconnect and we'll try again.
Ori of on
All
there. Oh,
right,
welcome
hopefully
back.
that's a little
Yeah.
better.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see. But yeah, this guy's saying, praise not the greater gods. They don't need your prayers. Spare thought instead for the little gods, the ones to whom we all pray, but whose names we don't know. The ones who keep our food warm, our feet shod in shoes. Praise the little gods. Praise Harmona, the goddess of lemon zest. Where would your sweet cakes be without her? As he's like shoving this
We're
weird
about
token
we're
at
about to see a hate
Morgana.
crime.
Yeah, she genuinely almost draws her blade at this guy, just practically crazy homeless man shaking talismans at people as they walk by.
So
Most of the
I'm
locals just step around him, but
I'm just gonna put an arm around her shoulder and steer her around.
yeah, that's probably the best thing to do. And yeah, the little bit of fire that was kindling in her hand goes out. Um, but yeah. So as you're able to make your way to the Keep of the Silver Flame, by the way, how badly am I cutting out at this point? At
Nope,
all?
you're
You
fine
seem
now.
fine at
Been
the
pretty
moment.
clear.
I'll
All
let you know if it
right.
starts
Well,
again.
fingers crossed. Um, yeah, you see the Keep of the Silver Flame, obviously was made with their usual persistence in making this stone building. It was sunk great pillars into the boggy ground and then topping it with a spire of stone and silver. And when that fell over, they did it again. But yeah, it's still there. As you go up to the keep, you do notice the symbology around it is a little odd.
Interesting.
They're not using the proper like symbols of the church. Like there's a lot of flame-based stuff, but there's none of the usuals. Like this isn't right. You'll probably someone just made a mistake clearly.
It could just be like, is it hugely significant departures, or is it something that
Um,
could be explained as like cultural differences?
the main thing is that while you do see plenty of like silver flame stuff, you actually spot like as prominent among it, you see what you now recognize as symbols of the Torch of Progress. You see some symbols that you don't recognize. It takes you a minute to like think back. They remind you of some like the weird serpent cult stuff, but
Okay,
nothing actually tied to the church. No, the church's main symbol is not here.
so just some weird syncretism going on.
Possibly, yeah.
Or
Okay.
heresy.
Man, you are trying to invoke a hate crime, aren't you?
But yeah, that's it. You see people coming and going. Like as you're looking at it, someone runs in with like yelling for help as he's got like what looks like a pretty bad like badly mangled arm. He runs in, and you see like somebody in the church immediately grabs him and tries to bring him in so that they can heal him up without
Yeah.
asking for any payment or anything like that. So they're doing what they're supposed to do. They
Yep,
seem
it's good to
pretty
see they're
solid.
on top of it. If he wasn't seen to right away, I would have leapt in to do it, but good to see that isn't necessary.
They're
Sam,
probably good.
A little bit of a cultural meld, but these guys still got the point.
Spirit. Yeah, a little confused.
Sa- Sam will walk in and like make the requisite like prayers and wiggly finger gestures as we enter.
Get struck by a bolt of lightning.
And I'll look around for an acolyte or someone who isn't too busy and say, uh, "Good morning. I'm Prefect Talon. I'm here to meet with Archbishop Dryden if he's available. Would you
Okay.
mind showing me to his offices?"
That gets you some looks. Like confused initially, and then a couple scowls, and then a not very friendly wait here.
Of
As
course.
they go and grab somebody.
So I'll just like lean down to Morgana and say, "They seem nice."
She, do they? Um,
No, be on your
uh,
watch.
yeah. Let's see here. Okay.
See,
Okay.
one of them should have come up to me right as we came in. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah. The response here is a half-elven man, who comes out in white and like mostly white with a little bit of like silver trim, but they're not like silk or really fine or anything. Maybe he's a member of the Friars. Like a surprisingly humble outfit he comes in.
Hmm.
Um, and kind of looks you up and down and says, "Good morning. I'm Minister Jiren Zane, and I was told you're looking for someone."
A pleasure to meet you. I'm the newly appointed prefect in the Mishann colony on the Caparian Islands, and my superiors have asked me to come meet with the Archbishop and offer him assistance with sensitive matters.
Yeah, the expression doesn't get any better. Right, the Archbishop. Well, Dryden.
Is the vibe like someone from the head office is coming and now we're like deep in the shit?
This is more like barely concealed contempt.
Okay.
This is right, the Archbishop. Well, Dryden can be found in Respite, where his home is. He was able to buy a place there recently. He has no place in this temple.
What has occurred? He's Has something happened?
Well, yes, he took the church's money and embraced the theocracy's tyrannical rule and took a title with it.
Ah. Hmm. I think I am deeply in need of some education on this. What is going on here?
Uh, let's see. He's gonna try and figure out if you're sincere. First, he's like, he figured this was you provoking. This was like clearly the church doesn't send someone to like. Okay, he can't tell if you're sincere. Well, listen. I do appreciate that you at least had some manners coming in and asking to speak with someone, but prefect, or whatever you want to be called, um, the Church of the Silver Flame has not been the a recognized governing body of the faith, the faithful here in Stormreach, since the seizure, since it seized power. Um, in fact, your church declared everyone here a heretic when we wouldn't bend the knee. You're lucky you came here and not Embers.
Ah, I see.
Ryden was their agreed to be an agent of theirs, despite being from an old family of worshippers here. And as I said, he's purchased a place in respite here. So that's where you'll find the man.
Well, I'm sorry to have caused you such a fright coming in like this.
Oh, it's no fright.
I believe I'll definitely be back before I leave the city, but I promise you on my honor, I mean no harm to your branch of the faith.
Hmm, that's good to hear.
And I'll even like give him a card and say, get in touch if you need anything from me.
Yeah, he cocks an eyebrow at that and shakes his head. He's still having a really hard time getting it like he did terrible on his insight roll, so he can't tell if you're just fucking with him or if this is like.
Because that's exactly the same thing like a corporate investigator would come in and do as well.
Well, yeah, and it's like, yeah. So he's
And I'm clearly just uninformed to the highest degree. Didn't
mean,
even know they were heretics.
there was a mention of some issues in the letter that was sent, but they
Mhm.
really downplayed it. So
Yeah, schism
I
is
have-
one thing, but this is like full on like breach of standard procedures.
I mean, they seem to be doing Silver Flame stuff, and I will say that let's see here among the
Yeah, as long as like none of the symbols are openly like Dragon Below or Bel Shalor or whatever, I don't think
no,
Purser
not
cares too much.
yeah, it like doesn't seem malevolent, but
Like they're not sacrificing babies.
no, it's just this isn't the church. This isn't the faith that the church practices. That's for sure.
I have a question. Again, I'm not there.
Sure.
Daniel, did you know, like, is this established Eberron canon? Did you like know this out of character, or is this just like?
It's a lot of it's up to GM interpretation, depending on how
Okay.
far you want to take it.
The
Also,
schism
for-
thing is from the book. Is from the Stormreach
Okay.
book.
Mm-hmm.
For also for ease of like reference, what does this branch call itself? Purser didn't ask that, but
They're
like
the
I need to be
worshippers
able
of
to
the
refer
Silver
to them.
Flame. Yeah.
Okay, well,
This-
yeah, okay, yeah, that's what I was, because they said Church of the Silver Flame isn't recognized as a governing body.
Or
so I
well,
assume that they have
they
a
would
different
call
name.
themselves like the worshippers of it. Yeah, they're just
Okay.
they don't recognize the church.
The church
Gotcha.
is specifically the one based in Thrain with
Yeah.
the
Gotcha.
bishops and all that stuff.
It's
Okay.
like recognizing the Pope type thing. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Do they recognize
Yeah.
the keeper?
We got some Hussites in
Good
here,
question.
boys.
Yeah, I mean, you could ask that. You could be You could check.
No, I'm not going to pry too much while I'm like walking on coals here. I don't want to spook them too much.
Yeah.
But
He like there hasn't been any sign of violence. Like nobody they're hostile, but like they don't have guards like bristling at you or anything.
exactly.
Like you two are by far the most well-armed people in the temple.
Yeah, most of them are just like priests and acolytes and things. They're not like any Templars would be associated with the actual church for the most part. So
Probably.
yeah,
Morgana is like froth at the mouth.
Yeah, she is twitching as she looks her like knuckles white on the hill's blade. She really, really doesn't like this place. She's not dying to kill these people, but it's like she
it's
clearly
just
is
making her
horrified.
nervous. Yeah,
Yeah, like she's
she's looking for the people sacrificing babies.
exactly. Yeah. Yes. And if she had it, she'd be popping that like divine sense absolutely to try and I know it's here, that type of thing.
Yeah, I'll just wish them a good day and especially get her out of here before she like blows a gasket or something.
Yeah, that's fair. It's like Purser dealing with Purser from like a year ago.
Exactly.
But yeah, in that case, you head back out into the whirl of color and entertainment.
Lemon gods.
Well,
Yeah,
that was
the goddess of lemon
certainly
zest. Yeah.
that was certainly a strange experience. I'd heard a little bit about this schism, but had no idea it affected the city to such a degree. And I'll patiently wait for her response as she, I hope, calms down a little bit.
Yeah, she calms down. She's just horrified. This is vile. There must be some type of corruption here.
I suspect it's simply cultural drift from being separate so long.
But that's what must have caused the separation, you see. We need to get to the root of this. I'm sure the Archbishop knows more.
On that, we definitely agree. I believe it was the respite district that we were directed to. Let's go.
Yes. That must be the real holy. This can't be there. The temple must be in jest. Look at this place. And she just looks around at the like insanity of the like I said, this really feels more like a theater district than like a
Mm-hmm.
holy place.
She like gestures vaguely. Oh,
Yeah.
this.
Yeah, I'll nod and say it is certainly strange, but it is the silver flame in some form at least. And I'll like point at the symbol of the torch of progress and say, I've seen the native elves use that symbol to represent it.
Right, but that's just ignorance, though.
No, surely you know that other people worship the flame in different ways.
Well,
Your
but not
your
the right
lessons would have
ways.
told you about the Gosh Kala.
Yeah, well, yes, but they do their best, but you know,
Just because our way is true doesn't mean they're worse than us. They're simply getting by with inferior information.
that is true. And she nods. Definitely looks like she's not going to argue with her teacher about this, but yeah.
Ousting an archbishop, however, that is a problem. We'll need to look into this.
And yeah, we'll do a bit of a scene transition for that point, as you and your companion head for the respite district. District
Mhm.
Cut
of
to
respite, however we want to phrase
cut to like Baltazar randomly running into the bishop at the bar. It's like, oh hey man.
it.
And I'm
Yeah,
fine if
like
you want to like switch and rotate or whatever.
yeah, well, yeah, that's the plan. I was gonna switch
Yep.
over. Balthazar, you are headed to the Leaky Dinghy.
Indeed, I am.
It is quite a sight as you come up to it. You've seen leaky dinghies before, not many like this. But let's see here. Right. Here we go.
I actually have a
Uh,
picture of it.
It's a rotting, rat-infested, creaking mess of a tavern in the area of the docks called Fisher's Folly. An unsafe mishmash of rigging, fishing boats, and huts that are clearly home to most of the city's fishers. You spot sailors, as I said, fishers, thrill seekers, all just kind of lingering about here. It's inside the crowd, like as you step onto your first step in, everything creaks as you're trying to avoid like you're genuinely concerned. Probably not an issue for you, but people who may be a little less dexterous could just easily fall through the floor several places. Um, you have no idea what's holding this thing together. Uh,
Yep.
but
If you can, 1 second, can you pause real quick? I gotta swap out the batteries in my headset.
yeah, no problem.
Ah,
Yeah, perfect. Says you're a heretic. Yeah.
I like the idea of like extremely like religious zealots being like, well, we have to pause and go through the proper channels in order to exterminate this. Like it's
Yeah.
extremely slow legal process.
Well,
well,
it's
remember that despite all the zealotry and stuff,
All
Purser
right.
is a good person.
All right.
So-
In
I,
context of like
I,
the Warhammer guys, but yeah,
Oh.
Purser
yeah.
is not
I,
Purser's not lighting people on fire for no reason.
I lied, Sam. I heard
Yep.
everything you said to me.
That's good. It was ultrasonic, only at tones dogs could hear. But
Yep.
barring that,
Dogs and heretics.
indeed, as if there's a difference. But yeah, as you head into the leaky dinghy, um, like this is just a shithole. Like, let's be honest here. Um, you
Okay.
actually see one or two Sahagwin, having a meal and kind of giving their blank, fishy stares to the people around. But yeah, this is definitely a place to get information. That's for sure. At least as far as like cheap. How accurate it'll be, that depends on how sober the person is, and if they feel like being accurate. But you could definitely get all kinds of things done here. So,
All right.
what would you like to do in this place?
If there's a front bar seat, I'll take it. Don't care who's sitting next to me. And I'll wait for the barkeep to come by.
Yeah, yeah. Guy comes up, a filthy rag pointlessly wiping down a equally filthy mug. What can I get you?
I'm new in town. What do you serve besides grog and ale?
Ah, new in town. Here, actually, if you got, we got decent, decent local brands. You look like you can afford something a little better. Here,
Damn it.
and I hear some rolling,
Damn it. Damn
and
it. Damn it. So close.
he is going to get out a bottle of like I would say probably almost reddish looking liquor. And let's see here. Trying to find the exact name of it. They brew a special kind of rum here. Just nice. These are numbers. Here we go. Okay. Oh, all right. This is taking longer than I thought it would. Redstone. Oh, fucker. Okay. Yeah, he pulls out. I'll guess I get the fucking name later. He pulls out a special kind of rum and names it, and it's not like it's. Let me look up the price. We'll say it's like 5 coppers for a glass, which is relatively expensive, but it smells think spiced rum, but like kind of makes your nose tingle. Little bit exotic.
Give him a gold, and I'll just ask for change.
Yeah, his eyes go wide. Absolutely. Just tell me when you want another.
How about a glass of this and some information, if you don't mind?
Yeah, sure. Tell you
I
tell you what I know, whatever it may be.
the the Syrian refugees, mourners. Where did they looking to meet with their leader if they even have one?
Oh. Yeah. Well, if you're looking to go see that mess, Danelle's Pride. Although, well, you could just ask a guard. Half of them are there right now.
Are they they're that rowdy, huh?
Yeah. Well, after the everybody knows after the attacks in Stormhaven. Yeah, yeah, they're working on. I mean, the folks are Stormlords are looking to curb some criminal stuff. There is, I think, official line.
Oh, that's great.
They're between you and me. They're they call them militia, a bunch of terrorists. Um, they'd been poking at the watch for at the guards for a while, back and forth. And then when the guard, slapped him back, that didn't go real well because they set off some blast discs in Stormhaven, nearly got a Stormlord. So yeah,
Jeez.
now it's a bad time to be in. Now it's a bad time to be in Denel's Pride. They're turning the whole place over until they can get Fury, I think, over there. You see it as he gestures towards like a basically a board sign for like jobs, wanted, things like that. And you see under some various flyers, a lot of like handwritten crap, is a like wanted Fury 1,000 gold pieces reward for the leader of Danel's Wrath.
I have a quick question about Balthazar, real quick.
Mhm.
How aggressively Searish does he look?
White.
Okay, just wanted to confirm that.
Nobility.
But I mean, if we're going off of historical nobility, then like probably wouldn't look aggressively serious.
But no, I mean,
We're going
so
fantasy, so yes, I'm actually from the land I claim to be.
yeah, that's fair. Also remember the nobility of like the Kingdom of Galfar, by and large, went out of their way to look like absolutely you can like have Cyrus fashions on, yada yada. They mostly went out of their way to look like the nobility of Galifar because like they were all still no. Like once our faction wins and properly takes over, like things will just go back to being a united kingdom, and we're all Galifara nobles. Um,
Mhm.
Now that ideal died like 50, 60 years ago, but like that was where
You
it
Yeah.
don't
started
say.
from. So
Oh well, Balthazar with the events, he takes pride in his heritage, so he looks the
oh
part.
yeah, and like I said, that ideal died a while ago. So while you started from the same point, like it's noble manners are largely the same in broad strokes. They have differentiated in the last 100 years of like hating each other. So absolutely. Which like he's not going to judge on that. Like most people in Stormreach come here uh, because you're either looking for a new start or you're dodging people. So he's not really going to question it if you're coming here. But yeah, it's a bad time to be from Danel's Pride there, friend.
It's a shame. Well,
Yep.
they're my problem now.
Well, good luck with that. Get you another?
Uh, get yourself on the glasses. The other half of the gold.
I appreciate it. And yeah, he's happy to serve you drinks for free for a couple shots because you basically paid for like 10 drinks. But yeah, if that and the information's all you want, he's happy to keep going.
I got what I needed. I think it's time to head towards the pride.
All right, all right. Let's see here. Let me go do that. You know, I'll just Google search it, probably faster. Dan, maybe you know it. The name of the liquor that they produce in Stormreach.
Not off the top of my head.
It begins with like a K. That's part of the problem, because there's so many K things. You know what? Maybe if I do a quick rum search, just because that's gonna bother me. Like it's stupid because
Krieva.
it's Creva. Thank you. Like it's actually relevant. There's a fucking distillery of it here. It's one of their only exports. Okay, thank you. That's what he would have poured you a glass of. Is the local Creva.
It's a
Um,
potent form of gin made from Zendrick berries.
and they're experimenting with adding other substances.
Oh, jeez, I'm looking at the wiki right now.
Yeah.
Ah,
Yeah.
snake heroin. Excellent choice. Oh, you guys
Um,
got some refined palate.
yeah, more like moon lily stuff, but yeah. Let's see. Run. Send me a link to that just so that I have it in front of me, just so that I can see it. But yeah. Anyways, so you will be headed to Danelle's Pride next, and we will zoom over to Whitewash, the District of Fun. I
Yeah.
don't know why the hell that didn't show up. Thank you, Dan. Start making, yeah, laced with Dream Lily. Yep. They've been playing around with that. Okay. You head to the District of Whitewash. First of all, it's in Oldgate District. Whitewash is a ward of it. Um, your first impression is like Oldgate, surprisingly, like it's ordered, polite, really like you see somebody sweeping the streets. It's clean. There's not like hordes of pickpockets or like gang members glaring at people or guards like openly mugging people. Um, it barely like it doesn't feel like it belongs in the same part of the goddamn city. Um, it's just seems like a nice place to be. Um, and
Yeah, Daniel, I think I got
naturally,
everything you were looking for, pal.
yeah, naturally, Leo, like, of course it's like that. This is where the Onderan folk are. But
Yeah. There's
it is
nothing suspect about this.
yeah, it is a bit jarring going from like this wild, very grim city into, you know, what could be like a nice part of um trying to remember Onderan cities. Uh, uh, what's the Onderan capital? One sec here.
Fairhaven?
Fairhaven. Yeah, it could be like a suburb of Fairhaven or something. Like this is
Yeah.
Whitewash is just nice. The only thing that stands out is like occasionally there's some part of a giant building that hasn't been completely reduced down or built into something else. But other than that, it's just nice. Most of the buildings have new coats of paint. They bothered to paint them. Um, you see there's the ruins of an enormous gate. They're just kind of looming over the city, probably where it got the name Old Gate. Um, the Whitewash is like clearly, someone has put in some real effort in here. It's too
Yeah.
early in the day for it. It's still a little before noon, but there's ever bright lanterns set up here pretty regularly. Like as you looked elsewhere, whole sections of the city must be completely dark at night. Like other than people carrying illumination with them, like whole sections of the city they just don't bother to properly light up outside main streets. Here it looks like they, they actually have proper setup for ever bright lanterns. Um, and you see a large, centrally located fountain, that you see a couple folk uh, look like housewives and such, house husbands, walk up and are chatting as they dip clothes into it. And as they pull them out, the clothes have been completely cleaned. Um,
Oh, this
and
place is really bougie.
you see
Oh, really?
a mage right going by, casting prestidigitation here and there to clean up little piles of refuse that have been swept aside. So yeah, it seems like they made a point to keep the place nice.
So what is the like tone or like atmosphere, or like do people seem like happy? Do they seem like bitter rich people that are like, everyone else?
They seem
Or
pretty
like what is
happy. Think like upper middle class. People are stopping to
okay.
chat.
Yeah.
There's there's definitely some one-upmanship that reminds you of home, where like
Uh-huh.
you casually hear somebody, oh, that's a really good brooch he found that in the one of the layers under the city, did he? Well, I'm sure that's good for him. That type of thing.
Oh, 17 carats, that's so cute, dear. I'm so happy for you.
Not quite that much, but it is like humble bragging about jewelry and like
Right.
trying to throw shade when there's obviously some jealousy.
Mhm.
Um, let's
This
see
is
here.
We hear the very passive aggressive. Oh, I wouldn't wear that.
No, that's
I
not until the one of them walks away. But yeah.
I am very like in character. This is great. Out of character, I'm very. This place is far too nice. This is unsettling. Um,
It is
this
jarring
isn't
compared to
supposed.
the rest of the city. Yeah.
Yeah, this isn't supposed to exist. Something has gone terribly wrong. Hashtag not my Stormreach.
But yeah, what would you like to do here in Whitewash?
Well, the first thing that I'm going to do is sort of taking in everything. Leo of course looks very sort of like relieved and sort of at peace with this, but also I'm gonna just take some time to because I've got some Dotazo in the back, right? So I'm just sort of like sort of pointing out all of the sort of like lovely like anything that reminds me of like, oh, that's an Onder thing, that's like clearly a representation of how we build things, or like our architecture or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
Anything
Yeah,
like, and
fair
just
enough.
sort of showing, and he'll kind of nerd out about like sort of how much more at peace he feels to like relieve some homesickness a little bit, and just be like, yeah, so the reason that we build it like this is because it's like more beneficial for the harsh season shift, and that sort of thing, like just kind of over all of the small little things that are great about it, and kind of like he goes like he momentarily forgets his job and is just kind of like touristing around taking it in.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like Joseph is very much a sponge, but you
Uh-huh.
do occasionally see him do like one of the big things he seems really interested in is like the Everbright lanterns, especially the like basically the hygiene shit of like the clothes washing. So
Mm-hmm.
that he's like fiercely scrubbing down notes. At one point, like you see him pacing distance between like Everbright lanterns to like get a feel of like how spread apart they should be for like maximum efficiency. Like he's very much seems to be like into the whole like civic planning of you know shit like that of like, oh, this is what a hygienic uh like orderly like city should look like. Maybe if we like one day build this shit and like import it, like we can, you know, try, have something like this in like his imagined like future lizard folk core of Erin, like utopia. So
Okay. Yeah, I would say like as you're taking him around, give it like just pointing out things here and there. It gets you a few curious looks, but nothing super hostile because like I imagine you're in pretty I've been imagining you're dressed in pretty serious Onderan flair. Like that's
I
definitely the
probably have
style.
like
Yeah.
iconography of the country somewhere on my person.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
the guy who's got like the American flag underwear or something. Yeah, like
He's
I
got
get
like
you.
a
Yeah.
big like samurai banner flying the Undern flag.
I
Yeah.
was imagining like I have a big shield, so I probably have some sort of like crest or something engraved into it, like just that sort of like level of sort of like I am. If we ever go somewhere where they like kill Onderans in sight, I'm fucked. There's no like I can't just pass as Brelandish.
Yeah, yeah, it's
Um.
Grealish. Yeah, I get you. Then yeah, like you get some curious looks at the hulking lizard man you're showing around, but
Uh-huh.
most of them aren't hostile when they see like, oh, you're like you get a couple smiles and like you know, let's see, I feel like this is before thank you for your service, but you get a couple smiles and like, appreciative nods, and you go by like I would say uh three, say it probably wouldn't be crew cut, but three like obviously military people with military bearing, like helping a family like haul their cart out of a pothole that
Huh.
basically formed. And they kind of do a double take when they see you, as like one of them just kind of casually nods and then does a bit of a double take and says something to his companions, and goes up and says, "Morning there, friend. Are you new here?"
Greetings. Yes, my name is Sir Leo. This is my companion Jotazo. We are representatives of the name of our place, Mishann. Um, but I am, of course, natively on Dare, and I've just been taking a bit of a break from our diplomatic duties to just enjoy the sights.
Ah, well, this is one of the only civilized places in the city to do it. Uh, do you know how to use that? He gestures probably towards. I don't know if you use a wand or an arcane symbol, but like whatever you're using to channel magic.
Oh, I have the magic item that I chose for it. It was the do. Hold on, I need to find what the fucking thing is called.
Was it a sword of warning? Was that it?
That's the weapon. That's
That's
not
the
for
weapon.
magic.
Okay, I wasn't
I
sure
don't
if you
think
had.
paladins use a weapon to. Do they use a weapon focus? I don't think they do.
No, they use a
No.
holy symbol as a focus.
Yeah,
I
yeah,
always
yeah,
like
yeah.
to imagine like people just like tying a holy symbol to the the front of the guard or something. But yeah,
You're
that's
not a
fair.
real paladin if you don't have it engraved into like your pommel or something.
Yeah, yeah, that's
No,
fair.
it probably like in for the sake of like flavor, because of like where my powers come from and everything. I don't think it would be like a holy symbol. It's probably just like a uh like the crest of the knightly order or whatever.
Okay, but it's like some kind of something to channel magic is like that's my
Yeah.
point. It's obviously an arcane
Um.
focus.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, he'll look down. Just like it takes him a sort of a second to see, because he assumes they mean the sword at first.
Yeah,
Um.
no, no, no. He's gesturing towards the arcane
Yeah.
focus.
But then he looks down sort of at his belt where it has the like knightly crest strapped, and he goes, "Of course, I am a proud member of the knightly order. I served under the queen and her people in Fairhaven for quite some time before being given this task."
The queen. Ah, well, um, if you ever need assistance in the city, the Ninth Wands are happy to provide that when we can for a fellow countryman.
Do I have to do a check for that, or is that something I just recognize? The ninth
Um,
wand.
you could do a check for that. Um, might be a little tricky,
Okay.
but you could try it.
Yeah. Do. It's history.
History. Yep.
Man, I am not rolling hot tonight.
Something about it sounds familiar, but not quite enough for like to trigger anything.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes, yeah, with that, he gestures towards what looks like a a wand, like a single wand pointing at like nine, a grouped up bunch of nine people and them all on fire. And ninth wands are happy to assist when necessary. And yeah, with that, they'll head out.
Before they leave, I would ask them basically, like he'll say like, oh, for as much as I would love to continue my little tour of the nice little pocket of home here, is there somewhere that me and my companion could go to sort of pass things up the grapevine, as it were, and make a status report that could reach home?
Um, he is going to wonder about that. So can I do an insight check to
He
see
could
exactly what you
probably
mean?
just do it through the like I forget which Dragon Mark house it is, but like the people who do like mail, but
Oh,
he'd
Civis.
prefer
Yeah, House
yeah, he'd
Civis sending
prefer to
station.
do it, through actual like on their channels.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair.
Purser just sends his in the mail.
I mean, to be fair, in Mishann, you don't really have alternate options. It's like you don't even have a Civis station. It's send it through the one guy who passes through like every what is it, like once a month? It's like
Right.
you send sealed envelopes through the mail once a month. Okay, let's see. On Darren Embassy. Let me see here.
If that doesn't exist, that's my new character goal, is we need to establish that.
Establish one, yeah. Like I said, I know Brealish does. Brealish's embassy is trashed, but I mean, they might at least have one. Let me look here. Uh, that's the riverboats. That's Candlelight. That's Thrainish. I'm not seeing anything about an embassy for that.
Yeah.
For Onondair. Uh, let me just do a quick search of the document and see if anything comes up. But otherwise, seems like that's a no. Here we go. First wave considered the high art of whitewash. Blah blah blah. No, I'm not seeing an embassy there, which is odd. You would think they would. Seems like there would be an embassy for all of it. I know that in the harbor district there is something, but for right now I'll say there isn't because I'm not seeing it and I don't know
Okay.
why. So
So if the official ruling is Onder doesn't have
as far as I
an
can
embassy.
tell, there isn't like a designated embassy district. It's just
Okay.
people set up. Like I said, I know Greenland has one. I think it's in the marketplace area, but it might also be in the harbor. I know Riedra has something in the harbor.
Of
I
course they
believe
do.
Riedra
Arnold
has
does
like
too.
an entire little district.
Do they? Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I know they have something, and I know Arnold they have an embassy as well.
Dude,
Arnold.
Aranel has one?
Yeah.
I feel
Yeah.
so like blue balled right now. This isn't fair.
They are oddly interested in what, technically is their people's homeland, or well, their mortal version's homeland. Um,
I'm being cucked by the blue elf people. This isn't okay.
These aren't blue. These are just the normal ones.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
worse. I like them less than the blue ones.
Uh, but
Yeah,
yeah,
there's a small district off the harbor that is the Darkhot Trade Mission.
is it okay?
It's it
All I
might not
know
be in
is
the
that
same spot here.
it was referenced. I think number 4 is. No, that's the Emperor. I know somewhere in the Harbor District there's supposed to be a embassy for Riedra. But anyways, um, yeah, that's I off the top of my head I don't know of an official embassy. Whitewash is definitely where it would be.
Okay,
If
so do
if you were to have
these dudes, these like knight dudes, or like military guys, sort of just respond with like are they just like, oh, unfortunately we haven't established an embassy, or is it just like, what are you talking about? Like, what is the vibe?
no, they would probably say, as far as we know, there's no official embassy back home. It's never really come up. We mostly help keep Whitewash safe, you see. Um, we
Ah,
have.
there's no representative station here. He's sort of like slowly, like you can see him kind of, his eyes drift to the side as he's kind of taking that in. Um, and he seems, he tries not to show it, but he is just like on some level offended by that because we walked through the city and a lot of other fuckers have one.
I mean,
um,
I would say probably the only ones you saw were like a Riedra one, which looks pretty
mhm.
nice, but you didn't see a ton of others. But even if you went through Cross, probably aren't going to see the Breelish embassy, and if you did, you could easily thumb your nose at it. It's beat to shit. Like,
It's
yeah,
the principle of a thing, you see.
yeah.
Um,
What do you mean
but
the
he'll,
English/Germans have an embassy and we don't? Yeah.
yeah, yeah. You
Look, I'm
gave one
sure
those
if you
fucking
just
krauts.
ask, any one of a dozen men in the street could give you a tasteful portrait of Queen Arla.
Yeah, tasteful. Yeah, yeah,
I
yeah, yeah.
I
Maybe
wouldn't
not
trust
here.
Picasso. Um, although like an abstract painting of the queen would be pretty cool. Anyway,
You go to the Temple
yeah, hope
District, the Livewood Theater could get you a very serious lookalike, no problem.
um that would be creepy. Also, if you're like if you work for a woman and then you're just like commissioning art of her, that's some weird fucking.
Oh, it's not art. I mean, technically, yeah, you know what? We could call it art. Um,
I
Welcome to
really don't
On
like your
There.
vibes right now.
anyways, yeah, so
Leo looks kind of like disappointed and is sort of like taking that in, and he'll just say, I see. Well, thank you for your information and your kindness. We'll try and get the job done." And I'll sort of give them like a like hand to heart salute and continue wandering with Jotazo.
yeah, I will say one of the things you do notice about them is they none of them look like you are easily a decade younger. Most of them look in their 30s and have
Uh huh.
the gorgeous features of people in the last war. Like one of them had an artificial hand. The one that was
Right.
speaking with you had like it looked like someone tried to burn his jaw off. Like there's serious prosthetic going on there. Like
Right.
these are vets. Um, but
But do they look as pretty as Luker?
they don't have that level of appeal. But they never died for their country, so you know he's got that going for him.
Casuals.
Yeah, yeah,
Hey, he died and he still has a wife that loves him. What do you have, pussy?
yeah, exactly. Um, but yeah, is there anything else you'd like to do in this
All I
gorgeous
have is a
place?
nuked home country.
I uh I think, well, for one thing, I gotta get directions to a House Civis station now. I assume they have one in the city.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm not even gonna like look. Yeah, you can find a House Civis station, no issue.
but also, while we're here, so you said that this district is like pretty fair haven passing. Like it wouldn't be super out
Yeah,
of place there.
suburbs, like the suburbs
Yeah,
of it,
yeah.
like a nice suburb.
Um,
Yeah.
So seeing that like the technology and infrastructure and everything kind of fascinates Jotazo, and because Leo kind of needs to pick me up at the moment, I'm gonna sort of like ask if I can see his notes and just sort of like basically the vibe is like, oh, you think that's great, and I'll just like describe like major city like capital, like the ways that they keep like sanitation and organization, how they like manage traffic through the streets and stuff, like and
Yeah,
help him like sort of note out like, okay, this is how we could build this, like
yeah,
like
and
I've seen how it works.
you could even show off like you think this is cool, we have like yeah, looking around, you can see occasionally bits of land that are literally floating, like people have built
Uh-huh.
bridges to and like built homes or businesses on. That's nothing. Like back home,
Right.
the Arcane Congress has like you have a whole floating school. It's just so fucking cool. Like it's
Yeah.
and it's pure Ondarian awesome. Like yeah, you could easily
Mm-hmm.
describe that stuff like that.
But also like it's not fully like braggadocious. It's like trying to like show like it's very the tone is benevolence. He's like, I can see that you have like a very aspirational goal. I would like to help facilitate that because I know more about the thing that you are trying to like one day bring back and build, and I would like to assist with that.
Yeah, makes sense.
How he takes that is up to you, Scott. But that's what I'm doing.
On
Just
the one
wait to
hand, he's somewhat skeptical because, like, basically our first meeting was like, yeah, like we're the greatest country in the world because we have like the greatest queen.
Uh
How
huh.
I have that at home too. It sucks. Like,
Mine
I
is
have the
cooler than
greatest king
yours.
back
I
home.
mean,
Yeah.
but like he would hand over his notes if you like, asked to like basically look at them. And I would say it's a very, very interesting, like, mix of a lot of shit. Very concerningly, there's a lot of notes of like he seems to really like the there's definitely a lot of like Church of the Silver Flame influence, not necessarily that of a believer, but like certain notes of how like organized a like hyper organized faith attached to like a state structure would be like very good at like instilling possible like desirable
I,
translation.
I wonder where that
Uh,
influence came from.
um,
I can't help being right.
Also for the
Artemis, my minion wants to like fucking crusade through the city and kill everyone.
well also the meta build of how we basically been joking that he's like a weeaboo.
Uh huh.
Those who've studied Japanese like history and stuff know the fun influence that state Shinto had on some of the funny things Japan did later on. So
Yeah, state church is a good idea.
yeah.
But
Yeah.
anyways, yeah, that's so you find Jotazo, look through Jotazo's notework. There was disappointingly little about how great everything about Ondare is, but
Well, because it's not his
clearly,
fault. It's not a
yeah,
dig. It's just he hasn't been exposed to how much better we are than Thrain yet.
yeah, and now that he's here, like, there's some cool stuff.
Oh, and
And
obviously you should like mention that like th- all the military stuff is you know Karnath and like Sirish, like
Uh huh.
all of it.
yeah,
Like
Another thing that needs to be educated on, but that's okay.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, like
We love
yeah,
him.
you get to the part where like we're all talking about cool Var, and we're all poking fun at every other city and all that. Belfast laughing, and you bring up how bad Sire is, and he just looks you dead in the eye.
I mean,
It's like that.
their
It's
army's
like
shit
that.
right now. Like it's like they don't even have one. Yeah.
I will fucking cut you.
Not to mention like something. Shit, I'm drawing a blank on the name of it. The military academy is like, you know,
Reichenmark Academy. Yeah.
yeah, the Reichenmark is basically it's like an entire like passage on like how imperative it is to like all future officers must be sent to Reichenmark. Any other academy is not worth the time and education, like, or is a waste of time. Shit like that.
Yeah, I mean, Reichenmark
Is that
recently
place
started.
like that's Karnath military training? I'm assuming.
Yeah,
Like,
the
Oh,
Reichenmark
yeah.
Academy is their finishing school for officers,
Gotcha.
basically. Think West Point, basically.
Yeah, I
Gotcha.
mean that, and
School of
before
Assassins.
Galifar like imploded and balkanized into the during the last war, like Reichenmark was like the military academy for
Mhm.
like everything, basically.
Mhm.
So
In the same way that like Onder's Magic University was like the Kingdom of Galifar's main research center.
Mhm.
Like Reichenmark was their military center. Like it's each nation ended up
Mhm.
with something relevant to like their specialty.
And funnily on that note, back in antiquity, like those tendencies and locations and places like that are why the house lines, the dragon marks, appeared where they did, because like the Mark of Sentinel and House Beneath rose up from this really martially focused people, and the marks just made them even better at it. And then they evolved from there. And it's the same for all the houses.
Yeah. But anyways, yeah, like looking around, maybe it would be good to build an official embassy. I will
Right.
comb through this book, but out of character, I will comb through the book later on and see if I need to retcon that. But I can only remember off the top of my head 3 embassies being mentioned. So
Mhm. Uh, yeah. In like one last thing before sort of moving on or whatever is that Leo is specifically like he's like we're assisting with like city-based infrastructure and like community resources basically. So like the military and like, oh, here's how you organize and train people and all of that, that's like later stuff that he needs to focus on. But he, like I think there was something earlier in like within the past 2 sessions of like Jotazo is like impressed by like sewer systems, um like that sort of thing. Basically we're just going over like the measuring of the lanterns and everything, and sort of talking about, well, here's like why you would do it that way and how you would power them, to the best of like my knowledge, because I'm not like a house
Yeah.
Caneth engineer, but that sort of thing, and just sort of like getting a new sheet of paper or whatever and kind of helping like brainstorm and go over means of implementation and stuff like that.
okay, yeah, just like sit down
yeah,
on a bench and brainstorm.
Yeah.
yeah, it is. And I will say that's one of those things that seems kind of interesting. I would say with Jotazo, and it's definitely kind of a like built-in like assumption slash like shortcoming of his, kind of,
Hmm.
is like he's not dismissive of all magic, like, or anything like that. Especially when like if you show him like a magically powered like sewer system or lighting system or whatever, he thinks it's the coolest shit ever because modern city, this is the coolest shit.
Right.
The moment it goes to like more like traditional arcana conversation,
Uh-huh.
he generally loses interest.
Gotcha.
Basically because I mean it's one of those things that his people
That's
are
what
not
those filthy
exactly the
elves do.
most. Yeah, it's very much a combination of one, I know my people's strengths and weaknesses, and
Right.
great casters we are not, and secondly, we are not, emulating the elves is not the answer to
It's cringe.
like
Right. So we need
to
like the lesson here is we need technicians, we need engineers and
yeah. Yeah.
carpenters, lots of carpenters.
Yeah, it's definitely one of those things that like this is better minds than him will probably like actually come up with a more even thing, but It's very much like, ooh, I want this. It's powered by magic. And we'll figure out a way to do it, like,
Right.
I don't know. But, like, it probably one of those things the moment you talk about, like, Anadar's, like, we have the best
Legendary Air
magic,
Force, like
or,
they're
we
the
have,
only ones with a
we,
really good Air Force, that type of thing.
we have a legendary, like, like, magical academy or whatever, is the moment, like, he immediately loses interest because, like, that, yeah, then, you know, it's not like the stereotypical, like, barbarian that hates magic. It's just,
It's just not
very
his
much
thing.
like,
Yeah,
yeah,
my family
leaning
can't
into
handle it.
magic
It's not
is not
helpful.
going to help us because, like, we, like, lizard folk have tried, being better than the Sulatar at magic. We've seen this before. We're not going to out magic the elves. If we're going to get ahead of them, it's going to be through something else, not magic.
Right, you need technology.
Yeah, pretty
Fair
much.
enough. Yeah, so that's probably I'd say you two are having the best time thus far. And
Dude, our place was awesome. Like the rest of you got absolutely fucked. You should have come. Like this is proof. This is proof that when you add on dare culture to something, it's just better than
it's
everywhere else.
inherently
All right,
better. Yeah.
I've never been more validated.
This is proof that I'm about to break your knees.
Yeah, just
You can
Yeah,
You're gonna
fucking
say that? You're gonna
try.
say you're gonna say that to the Syrian refugee?
No, he
he
wouldn't be
could.
that blunt about it. I, out of character, am though.
My church was so good that Stormreach did it twice.
Yeah, exactly.
And then they disavowed you, and they fired the guy in charge.
Um. So, for the record, that guy was not in charge of the local branch. They've been doing this shit since the schism.
Right.
He got a foreign piece of mail and a check and cashed it and said, "Guess what? The church wants us back, and I'm in charge. Get the fuck out." What? Yeah, like that's. Uh, anyways,
Also, I do quickly as a clarification, Leo doesn't actually have any like vitriol towards any other cultures. He's just very like prideful about his. All of that is just me. Like that's me as a person being like,
oh
yeah,
no,
rain sucks.
you're good, man. Yeah. So we have over here with Cursor and Morgana. Um, you guys
Yes.
are headed to the beautiful district of Respite. Just let me bring up here. Respite. Okay. The district of Respite is something of a shock compared to the more impoverished districts of Stormreach. Um, it's not like beautiful polished stone and suburban uh, careful perfection or just suburban like build-ups. This is more like you pass beneath a great arch covered in flowering creepers and enter the ward. You're surrounded by the scent of blooming flowers, a rather different scent than the faint whiff of sewage that's common elsewhere in the city. Here, ruins, plant life, and new buildings seem harmonious, flowing into the next. Even the floating rubble, fragments of long forgotten majestic pieces, play their part, covered in blooming plants and small trees. Looks very like maintained garden type thing.
Hmm.
Um, let's see here. For the first time, you see guards who look like they're actually trying to kind of guard as opposed to just like loiter on a corner or actively shake people down. You swear as you've gone here you've seen one or two muggings that were just guards, like grabbing an apple from a place or something. Like they operate a lot more like a gang than any type of law enforcement element.
Well,
Modern
yes.
jokes aside, but
That's
Jokes?
not even modern jokes. The Sharn Watch is an active gang.
that depends on what area you're in. Some try to be run a little bit more like functional, but yeah.
Yeah.
This has been pretty uniform, and there's been a lot less hidden than the Sharn Watch. Like the Sharn Watch
Hmm.
tries to put on proper uniforms and like some of these are like clearly they threw up in their, and just like wiped it on their their cloak the other day. This is a shit show of guards. Like most of them seem at least semi competent at like being goons, but they're not great. Anyways, let's see. Um, you see a lot of upscale homes, couple businesses. Um, this just overall seems like a place. Like you actually see the equivalent of something like a rickshaw. Somebody calls out to, 5 coppers will get you to most places and faster than you can walk through the streets this time of day. 5 copper for both of you. What do you say? Hop aboard.
Oh, yeah, that might actually be the best bet. I'll ask him if he knows where Archbishop Dryden's residence is.
Riders. Oh, right, the old, yeah, absolutely. It's a nice enough place. Just got there. Happy to happy to have you take you there. You know what? It's right in this district. I'm not gonna overcharge you. 2 copper for you both.
Yeah, I'll hand him the 5 and we'll hop up in.
Yeah, and its little rickshaw thing takes you through. Once again, Respite just seems like the rich part of town, so to speak. He takes you by several, past several upscale businesses, couple homes scattered in, up another hill, and most of the homes here they're not quite like sprawling mansion like you'd see, the old nobility has back in Corvair, but these are definitely between mansion and large house, like 3 stories, decent yard, fenced gate, that type of thing. And one of them, he stops at, here you are, uh, Whitewood Banner. Or, well, I mean, I don't know if he's changed it yet, but yeah, it was known as Whitewood.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, yeah, you and the little miss have a good day. So he gets kind of like, he avoids Morgana's look, who still not looking like the friendliest person, and trots down the street. And standing in front of you is a well manicured 3-story um, building, a very big home, several chimneys. Not much need for chimneys in this climate, but maybe cooking. Um, Certainly looks like a place for somebody of affluence.
Yeah. Any gates or anything we need to get through?
Yeah, they're like all of the high end homes here have a gate around it. Like the district's nice,
Right.
but it's not. Stormhaven's the only like they actually have walls around that place. This is nice, but this isn't the billionaires row. This is just rich.
hmm So yeah,
But
well,
yeah.
is there a guard on station at the gate, or like what's the deal
Yeah,
here?
like he's not looking super, like he's not in a uniform or anything, but you do see somebody with a cudgel, a knife, small shield on his back, like standing behind the gate. A little stool, little like lean-to thing he's sitting in, kind of watching. He nods at you as you come up. What can I do for you there, sir?
Yes, my name is Prefect Talon. I have an appointment with the Archbishop.
Uh, all right. Sure. Wait here 1 minute.
Of course.
Kind of like slides his seat back and trots into the place. After about 5 minutes, he comes out with somebody else and opens the gate in a bit of a hurry. Go right in, Prefect. The Archbishop's waiting for you.
Thank you. And I'll like gesture Morgana in, like ladies first style, and we'll head on in.
Yeah. She goes in kind of looking around. There isn't a lot of like silver flame symbology here, but you do see like over the main entrance there's the church's arrow with the flame on it, that type of thing. Like it's here, but it's tastefully subtle, we'll say.
Yeah, it's his house. It doesn't need to be like
Yeah.
overtly everywhere.
Yeah, exactly. Like he doesn't need to have an enormous silver fire constantly burning in the yard or something.
I mean, that'd be pretty baller, but
It would be.
Metal, honestly.
A big burning key for time to leave. Yeah, no, none of that. Um, but you you go inside, and after having been led through some nice areas, like foyer and all that, you see Archbishop Dryden, who is a where is it? I thought I had an image of it. Um, mm, Here it is. Yeah, okay, it is this. He is a um. I have the description. I can't find the image. He's a like rail thin, older looking fellow, with so we are not going with DDO as official canon. There are some nods to it. I just want to make this clear. He is a rail thin priest, white hair, definitely older, probably maybe early 50s. Um, and he is in full archbishop garb. Um, you know, something you would wear to the is it a diet of cardinals back in the mainland and
Yeah.
yeah, the diet of cardinals. Like it's what you would properly wear.
Mhm.
It's kind of refreshing to see him actually because like it was so jarring seeing everybody else do worshiping wrong. But yeah, he nods and welcome and flame guide you. Welcome to Stormreach, prefect.
Thank you for your warm welcome. I'm Purser. This is my acolyte Morgana. We're
He
very happy to be here.
Yeah, he does a very solemn nod to you and a somewhat lesser one to Morgana, but definitely appropriate. What can I do for you today?
Well, I'm not sure if you made this request yourself, but I received a missive from my director, Archbishop Prosen. I'm sure you're familiar.
Oh, you're who he sent. Apologies. I was told someone was coming, but I wasn't given any details. Yes, yes,
Ah,
sit down. Sit down.
yeah, I'll take a seat and just get cozied in for a long talk that I assume is coming.
Yeah, he goes into, he says, well, first and foremost, it is good that, well, I'm sure it was a it's been a priority, but this has been a request of mine for some time. I don't know if you've seen the temple in the relevant district, but
Yes, we
they
just came from there, in fact.
ah well,
I assumed you'd be there, but something
apologies about
clearly seems to have happened.
the local attitudes. Well, uh, They're this they're the local faithful have been reluctant to clarify the schism, frankly. I was hoping that my position in the church would show them that church is happy to welcome us back, but there have been some lasting grudges. Um, there's definitely some forces in embers that are a bit more aggravating. Genuinely glad you didn't go there. If you
Really?
do, don't mention the official connection with the church. There's
I so
there's yeah.
I'm
Go ahead.
like wearing a uniform and like big flaming arrowhead on my chest. I don't think I can hide it.
Well, as long as you don't draw too much attention to yourself, it should be fine. Um, the man in charge isn't a deep thinker on their end. Unsurprising, given that he's not willing to come back to the church. But
Religious schismists rarely are.
well, it's so they contend that it sullies both the church and the crown for Thrain to be ruled as it is. and there's many of the folk in the well, they call themselves a militia. It's really something quite different. They have firm opinions about what's appropriate and what's not appropriate, and most of them feel very passionate about Thrain despite having never set foot or even seen it. It's really more of an ideal for them at this point.
Hmm.
You know how such things can grow in the mind. So it's none of those involved are what I would call malevolent, but they're certainly passionate and can let that take them by the nose. But as far as why I asked you here, the Knights of Thrain. There, I suppose I should just tell you the name. Look out, the Knights of Thrain would not be particularly friendly. Um,
Ah,
Valen
nationalists. Yes.
Vantar, exactly. They are faithful. They believe and worship the flame, but they are they maintain that royalty should have stayed in its position.
Hmm.
Regardless, why I brought you here, and I think this is a point we can all agree on, is I've found evidence of a were-rat infestation in the city. Um, uh, Something large enough to be an organization. If I believe this would be just the thing to bring groups like the Knights of Thrain and well, I mean, some people like you and your acolyte together to burn out this corruption that's taken root here.
Hmm.
And perhaps they could even get used to working with the church's forces.
A crusade is certainly within my remit. Do you have
Well,
any
nothing.
knowledge of how many there are?
Well, it's suspicion at this point. I don't have any proof.
Ah.
But one of the largest gangs, specifically based around the docks, call themselves the Bilge Rats. And to be perfectly honest, if we can prove it, a good well, crusade might be a bit much for this. I don't think their numbers could possibly go over 100 or so. That would be enough to show the locals that at very least they should allow the church a proper seat in the temple, so to speak.
That's definitely something I can do. We'll look around, see what evidence we can find, and bring it to the relevant bodies. And that
Wonderful.
should get them all on board.
Just do watch out, even if they're not supernatural and my suspicions turn out wrong. The bilge rats are an ugly bunch. They're responsible for a lot of the bodies that you'll see floating in the harbor. Usually it's distinguishable because the face has been chewed off, so watch out for that.
Now, all the better if we clear them out then.
Exactly. Ideally, they're uh, unnatural monsters and they prove a bridge. Worst case scenario, you've gotten rid of yet more gang filth. And he, with a very white smile, you know, stands up and goes to shake your hand.
Yeah, I'll give them a hearty shake in return, and yeah.
And
That's finally some good news. Like, this
yeah,
is a solvable problem.
yeah,
This
exactly.
isn't like political bullshit going on. It's just people having a disagreement about how to worship, and we can bring them all together with some
With
good-natured
purging.
purging of
Yeah,
ne'er do wells.
yeah,
Just killing of dozens of people with holy fire. Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
They're either monsters or criminals, both of which the answer is fire. Yeah. So
Well, regardless, they're like murderous criminals. They
yeah,
need to go. And
yeah,
if they're
exactly.
exploiting their lycanthropy to do that, especially, then that's a problem that needs to stop.
Yeah.
I have a quick question before moving to next
Mhm.
section or whatever.
Yeah.
What sort of authority presides over Stormreach? Like, who's in
Storm
charge?
Lords.
Storm Lords. How many are there?
5. Well, technically 4, but 5. Yeah.
Okay.
There's 4 recognized Storm Lords, and then as what was meant to be a snub, the guy, like the family that they were made to take on, they said, "Well, you
Mhm.
can't be a Storm Lord. You're a Harbor Lord." And then they realized it's a harbor city, so they just
Yeah, so
handed
he
him.
made all the money.
So they just handed him like they're like, "You can't actually be in the city walls. You just stay on the harbor." Fuck, that was a bad move. So yeah, they've eh,
Look, you nerd, here's the Monopoly.
yeah. Well, they all have monopolies on various things. Some are worse than others, but yeah,
Well, yeah,
it's
but would you
5.
rather a Monopoly on, like, cars or ceiling fans?
Yeah,
Like,
That's
yeah,
exactly it.
yeah, exactly. So there's 5 rulers of the city, 5
The,
ruling families.
the second half of the Edo period of Japan in a nutshell. Fuck!
Yeah,
The merchants have all the money!
yeah, fuck them. Yeah. But
Yeah,
yeah,
we'll
that's
head back to the ship in the harbor and for the scheduled meeting time, and
okay.
we'll
Well, as you head back, it's a wonderful
ah
coincidence because leaving Respite, one of the most direct ways is to head through Cross. It's a bit of a central point, and you
okay.
run into your good friend, or at least working friend, Balthazar, as he's entering Cross from the Harbor District. So, if you
I
want,
like
you
the
can.
idea of
Ah.
someone calling them friends and then they both go co-workers.
Yeah,
No,
That's
no,
really funny because I was about to like
Balthazar wouldn't
call
say
out to
that.
him and say, Lord Haldron.
oh yeah. Uh, yeah, I would. Yeah, you know what? Honestly, like originally I had a shtick planned where Leia was going to have like a somebody at the harbor was going to, "I'll show you around the city, lad," but having Jojizo with you and being on a horse meant that the guy couldn't rob you properly. So, but anyways, yeah, you meet up with Balthazar, and incidentally, about that time, Leo and Jojizo, you both have finished your business more or less. And
Did I,
you,
like, are we just off screening the Civis visit, or am I gonna do that
yeah,
later?
yeah, I mean, you could like if you wanted to, you could like tell me what you sent or whatever, but
Yeah, I'll
uh,
DM it to you at some point, probably.
yeah, or however you want to do that. But that's like, yeah, how Civis is there like for Corvair communication? Where do you want it to go? The capital of Onder, that'll be like, I don't know, 25 gold or something. Long distance
Oh, I don't
rates.
even have 25 gold.
Something like that. What I don't know if that's actually the cost, but something along those lines. Um and yeah, and like assuming there wasn't anything else major you want to do, you can all meet up Balthazar
Yeah.
pretty much as he's getting ready to leave the harbor district. Heading into
Perfect.
So we
Cross.
were on our way to the, like, restaurant, and then we just happened to run into each other early.
Yeah, it helps that like Cross is a major crossing point for the city. Like a lot
Right.
of routes go through there. So
Mm-hmm.
basically, as he was going in, you all kind of bumped into each other. So, um, but yeah, I think that's a good spot to end it for this week since we're coming up on our
Ah,
usual
jeez.
stopping time.
Time flies.
Splitting the
Yeah.
party really kind of accelerates the sense of, like, oh, there's more left, you know?
Well, I mean, I have no issue if you guys want to do stuff on your own, but that felt like a good like you saw Onender or Onender's like area
Hmm.
whitewash.
Mhm.
Purser had some fun information about the temple and respite, and he's got a little personal goal about purging the heretics, or I mean not heretics, purging the bad
The
people.
Skaven.
Yeah, the Skaven, and
They might be redeemable people.
yeah, I mean they could just be criminals. It's
Yeah.
They kill and eat faces.
Did he
If,
say they eat
if,
faces?
That
yeah,
seemed to be the implication, yes.
I mean, if
Okay.
anything, I would argue that, like, they'd be less evil as were-rats because at least then, like, it's less
Yeah, then they
fucked
have
up,
an
like we're eating
excuse.
faces.
Yeah.
Like,
It's
Listen,
animalistic.
they
It's
still
more
have
malicious.
to die, but at least like it's like
it's
you know.
listen. Bath salts, are a thing. Probably not here, thank God. But other Sam would tell
My
you.
God, they're all on snake heroin.
Yeah, frankly, I hope they're not
I know sides
were-rats
of this.
because the logistics of dealing with a were-rat infestation if they're actively hostile is horrific to think about. Like, you have to set up checkpoints, you have to like quarantine people and be wary of infection.
What are you
I have
talking
the divine-
about? What are you talking about, Silver Flame? This should come This should come natural to you. Do you has your papers?
Well, yeah, it is natural, and we're trained to do this, but it's still a lot of work.
Yeah.
You say like it's a chore and not a passion. I don't think you're a proper man.
Just because I love the work I do doesn't mean I don't want to go home.
Listen, it's fun to burn heretics all day, but come on. Everybody likes to go home occasionally.
I'm fucking hungry.
What were you saying, Metro?
I was gonna ask. I have the divine health, like if you're immune to disease, can lycanthropy affect me?
Nope.
I would say no
Sweet.
myself.
Hell yeah.
Unless we get into this bullshit argument, is lycanthropy a curse or disease?
Yes.
Yeah.
But anyways, yeah, I hope everybody had fun. That is it
Yeah.
for this session.